Hello.
Yay, hellos.
Hello to everyone.
Hello.
Good morning.
17 apparently.
17.
Considering that Scorpion last time.
Again, that was me misreading the poorly written thing on D&D Beyond, so should have been a lot less damage. But hey, it's alright.
But still.
Turned out
It's not like anyone died.
Yeah,
no one
It's not like we
died,
got
right?
traumatized or anything.
Well, what would hell be without a little trauma? If you are really, hell is all about endless trauma. That's what hell is.
Yeah.
It's true. Mental trauma, physical trauma. You know, it's all about the trauma. Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, well, yeah.
Oh,
No. Well, welcome to welcome to our 17th session of Descent into Avernus,
no.
where we're still not dead.
True.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting getting into the new swing of how we introduce these sessions because
Yeah.
I've gotten so used to Karsh doing his own intro.
Yeah.
And now that's going, like, how do we use this?
We used this up with
I guess
with
it's
us
just...
trying to fill space while Karsh is fixing the microphone.
Well,
Yeah,
I
guess it
suppose
is
while,
like-
They're barking that we're
while
not dead.
Karsh is fixing his microphone, tell me about the sounds you're hearing. So we use a little thing you might have heard of. It's called Syrinscape. It's pretty excellent. You get a live sound throughout your campaign, easy to control, loads and loads of custom sounds. Great stuff. We use it, and we are asked. We like to promote it. So I thought I'll do it for Karsh, as he is currently. He's currently auditory challenged.
Yeah.
Well, not auditory challenged, technologically inept.
Is that...
Was
So much meaner.
Is
Yeah,
that...
that was always my favorite description of like a dwarf is like a or like a gnome or a short race is vertically challenged.
vertically challenged.
Karsh, if using RTX voice, check that your input for RTX voice is in the correct setting. That could be causing a problem.
I just realized something.
What's that?
I just accidentally opened up like the rewards thing for like, you know how like when you watch stream like you collect the XP sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
The donation dice reward, it costs like 2,000 XP. I have
Mhm.
20k XP.
Quickly, Karsh, speak up if you're not allowed to use all this right. I can't hear nothing.
Oh,
Ah.
this is a conundrum.
What's that, Warwick?
Let me.
You can't actually say anything. You got laryngitis. Oh.
What's that? What's that? No verbal components?
I see what the problem is. You have fishbowl in your head.
It's just. I'm just gonna quickly see what it's like on the stream. Hold on. If I just mute y'all.
And no one says anything.
And
Oh yeah. Oh, we are also using
Well-
Roll20 as our as our
yeah.
virtual tabletop, and it's a very beautiful website. You can use it on any computer, Chromebook, Mac, PC, anything you can think of. Even on your phone sometimes and tablets. So yes, we're using Roll20 as our tabletop.
Should we?
Apple TV?
Should we go
I
and
just want to
introduce
point out
everyone?
that two of these people have been here for over 2 years, and they can't do the intro without me.
Well, I didn't know this. This is very. It's very.
I'm sorry I spent the time prepping my game as opposed to doing your job for you.
So the audio is now working.
It's
I've
working.
had some,
Yay!
I've had some issues over the weekend, which I did some adjustments, and it wasn't picked up because we weren't live for our session 0 the other day, and yeah, so that's where it ended up. So we dodged it just then, and we got some audio. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for trying to do the intro. Yes, we use Syrinscape for our audio because it's amazing. It's a local company, and they do amazing audio for your online and offline role-playing needs. We use Roll20 because it's a really good interface. It has your bits and pieces for Dungeons and Dragons. It's got Pathfinder, it's got Call of Cthulhu, it's got a lot of different role-playing systems, and you can buy campaigns just ready-made just to play like we're doing now with our Baldur's Gate Descension of Avernus, or you can put in your own homebrew stuff or your own homebrew rules or other lesser known or lesser popular systems. They're all in there with character sheets, etc. It's your game, your table, your friends. That's out of order. I can't remember it fully, but yes, it's something like that. Is that about everything?
I think so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless.
We've also got like the introductions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that I was about to say. that's the next thing to do. Before we jump in.
So shall I do it first then?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay. So my name is Karsh Goblin. I will be playing Rorik, the very disgruntled paladin. He's pretty much over everything. And now we're in hell, he's over that as well. So that's pretty much him.
Been
See-
there, done that.
Well, he can't even drink and he's an alcoholic. So it's just an
It'll be good
added
for him.
issue.
It'll be good for him.
Will?
Yes, I am Will. I play Ash, the Fire Genasi Artificer. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. We are going to try and survive, at least have at least an 80% survival rate if possible. That would be nice. But, you know, things happen, and we're going downstairs where the scary things are. Because obviously, hell is subject to gravity, and we're going down. So, yeah.
So if it's 80%, who's dying?
I don't
What
know.
do you think?
It's a 1 out of 5 chance for everybody. It's great.
I don't know. I feel if Ash has anything to say about it, I might need to be worried.
Oh wow, Warwick is leaning over the edge. He just fell off. What happened? Where'd he go?
I guess it bodes well for me if Warwick says anything about Baldur's Gate being, you know.
Can we say
Nice.
that Ava probably has a higher chance to die than everyone else?
Yes.
I mean,
That's-
y'all are doing a great job of corrupting yourselves, so devils ain't got much to do.
I thought that was the idea, wasn't it? That was my brief, I thought. To corrupt. Okay, anyway. Del?
Hi everyone, I'm Del. I've been playing Reservoir, your Water Genasi sorcerer, hoping that we all live. Maybe.
Try.
Oh, the tension, the drama.
Yeah, and I just realised I can change the overlay to put reservoir potted plant.
Oh wow. If it happens again,
you're
have all the surgery.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
You're
let's load up.
never
All right,
living it down.
Only known you for a day, she can't hate you yet, I think.
I think he can.
I think you
He
can.
gets like that. But I think the most antagonistic was Ash.
Oh
Not
yeah.
antagonistic. It's okay. Don't worry about
That's
it.
fair enough. And I'm Mr. Live Producer. I am playing your Dwarven Barbarian, Burlock Ungart, and welcome to the Madhouse, is pretty much what I'm going to say. Crazy. Or welcome to hell. Either way works.
Try.
Yeah, and Ava? Amy, sorry.
Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emmy. I play Eva, the human monk, and yes, this has been crazy ride into hell. I don't really know what else to say.
We've been there for 24 hours. Probably
Yeah.
less.
We're doing great. We're doing great, guys. 24 hours in hell with not being dead. That must be a record or something. Like,
And not being able to drink. There's a record there as well.
yeah.
No alcohol.
Well, the alcohol is there. It just tastes like...
You can drink water.
Really? Which tastes like vinegar.
Gotta hydrate. Everyone hydrate.
Hydrate.
All right.
Yeah.
And I,
I don't have a problem.
Marco Lorian Ross, your dungeon master for tonight. And if we're all ready and willing, shall we dive into tonight's session of Baldur's Gate 7 to Avernus? When last we left our heroes, Ava the human monk, Ash the Genasi artificer, Burlock the dwarf barbarian, Warwick the human monk, and Reservoir the Genasi sorcerer. The party went to investigate Mort the goblin gravedigger cleric's old graveyard in the damned city of Elturel, where they had heard tale of one Alder Ravengard, former Knights Captain of the Flaming Fist in Baldur's Gate, had gone there to recover some artifact or help some people. There were varying rumors about, but he has disappeared. He has not come back, and so the party ventured off to deal and find him and deal with this scourge of undead plaguing the city, originating from this graveyard. Upon arriving there, they dispatched a small force of reanimated Minotaur skeletons and encountered a priest-turned vampire by the name of Gideon Lightwood, a demon-hating fanatic who threw his lot in with the devils for any chance to get rid of the spawn of the abyss. Teaming up with the grounded Yugoloths, the party fought a bitter and vicious battle, nearly losing Rhea Mantlemorn, their Hellrider companion, in the process. But now, having dispatched with the threat of the vampire and his cohort of Yugoloths, the party now descend below the crypt of the graveyard, below the chapel, and into the ossuary, where darkness waits them. So, if I just get my Syrinscape sorted, you all descend this spiral staircase that goes down beneath the ground. And once again, much like the cathedral, the distant sounds of rumbles and explosions and the crackling of lightning from the black orb hovering above the city fades away and is muffled and muted by layers upon layers of earth. You head down, push open a set of somewhat ruined double doors, and find yourself in a small antechamber. Around you, you see what looks to be tools used for embalming. You get the sense that this is probably where bodies came to be embalmed before burial. You see vials of fluid and various different concoctions broken, spilled, absolutely ravaged. This place has just gone to rack and ruin, and it is just a mess. Mort kind of looks around. Says, right, this is where we used to. This is where I used to work for quite a while. Supposed to go onwards. She clutches now the staff that you had found in Gideon's chambers, a staff taken from her sort of living quarters, which she had told you before belonged to her husband, a staff bearing totemic faces along its edge. What would everyone like to do?
Smells
Do we almost have a drink?
Go back to the church and have a long rest?
Take a nap.
We've already taken care of Gideon. What else are we doing here?
Well, there were those weird things that came up from under here. We should probably make sure that. Yeah. Also, we're here to look for Ravengard.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll
Yeah,
be
Ravengard. Mm-hmm.
Could have been in that pile of bodies you saw outside.
Let's just make sure the area is clear before heading back to the sanctuary.
Yeah,
Alright.
don't want-
Good.
Anyone
Thank you
who-
for volunteering.
Anyone who wants to make a survival check?
Yes.
You look around, and amongst the dust and the litter on the ground, you kneel down and you see footprints in the dust. Tracks of multiple demons in the detritus spread across the floor. Most of them heading upwards, up the stairs, demons that you had just potentially fought. But amongst those tracks, you can see signs of a single group of booted humanoid footprints moving down the stairs. Trailing embalming fluid, they lead further on into the ossuary before you.
Were there other clergy or laymen helping in the cathedral, in the church?
Well, most of the clergy and, we've all congregated around the cathedral. The only reason I came here is that there was, trouble down in these parts. But nothing.
Just curious. I think it might be time to get the torch up and ready.
Yeah, I can barely see a thing.
As you say that,
dancing lights.
Lulu also speaks up and says, "Oh, I can help. And she, from the darkness, she starts to glow, and starts to shed this light.
Thanks, Lulu.
Similar to a torchlight in brightness. Her golden fur kind of brightening and glowing, and you can see more clearly for those without dark vision.
Perfect.
Emotional
Glowing
support elephant.
Flying elephant. Perfect.
That now glows in the
Exactly.
dark. You're a
Exactly
nightlight for children.
Stealth.
Soft and cuddly as well.
So
Thanks, Warwick. That's really nice of you.
yeah,
I'll-
humans are children after all.
I'll just let it think that it was a compliment.
Okay.
If you are going to provide light, it would be nice if you could come out into the room so we can see the room.
Sorry.
Thank you. It kind of does help.
The room is, apart from the sort of not displayed on the map, the tables of barren of sores and like fluid and embalming and vials shattered. The room seems fairly empty. Aside from the double doors ahead of you.
Is there like a vial that's still there? Can I like pick it up and like start sloshing it around? If I find
Make an investigation check.
Okay. I just want to look at it. Why not? Yay! I pick up.
Yeah, you do. You find just on one of the shelves. You find this liquid. The vial itself is damp and sticky, and you kind of pop it open. Oh, it's this horrible smell of formaldehyde and sort of alcoholic smell, but
Isn't
it smells like
formaldehyde
embalming
alcoholic?
fluid. Yeah, it's embalming fluid. It's used to inter dead bodies and stave off decay. So
Ava,
it is
can I
potent chemical stuff, and it's pretty revolting.
No.
Just let him drink it. He's already dead inside. Don't worry. He won't bomb his insides.
Do you have any idea what this will probably do to you?
get me drunk?
Yeah,
You're up dead drunk.
I don't. I don't know
You
what
said
it'll do to you, but I don't
that-
think it'll get you drunk.
The
be a
tracks
start.
of the booted humans. They look like they've got drippings.
It looks like that they stepped. I mean, the floor.
Oh.
The floor is kind of sodden with this fluid, which has been spilled from many canisters and vials. So the
Okay.
footprints have clearly stepped in this and left a trail going further into the ossuary.
Warwick.
The only way to go is forward.
I smashed the vial so Warwick can't get it.
Oh
like,
no!
Drop it.
So-
Can I quickly roll a perception check to see if anyone heard that anyone thinks coming towards us?
Roll a perception. Yeah, go for it. Roll a perception. You like in the. There's a sudden silence, a silence which is definitely following that crash of glass, and despite that, you don't hear anything.
While we're down here, can we just not make too much unnecessary noise, please?
Oh yeah, perfect. We have a glowing elephant with us. I don't think it's really Tush is Warwick licking the floor. Warwick. All right. You know what? I'm gonna walk over to the store.
He's just
Can I
looking at the
listen on
floor.
other side?
Warwick's just looking at the
Thinking
floor.
about it.
I'll back
Looks-
up.
Yeah. It looks like no one's trying to get the job done, so I'm just gonna whatever.
I'll back
Alright.
up, Ash.
You reach towards the doors and pull them aside. Before you see the corridor continuing on, branching off to the left and right.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna take out a rock. I'm gonna throw it down this corridor. Just.
Nothing.
Alright, well, the only way to go is forward. To
You
get out of
see-
here, we have to go under.
You do see the tracks. Initially, the embalming fluid lead off to the right.
Alright,
Alright.
let's go. 1, 2. Move down here to the second level.
Lulu, some help?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Lulu follows on behind.
Would you like to ride my shoulder?
Yeah.
It's okay. I can fly. It's okay.
I'm gonna.
Listen, just
I'm gonna.
try and stay out of trouble, okay? We don't want you to
Yeah.
get hurt.
Alright.
Gotcha.
If you don't want to get too far ahead, dear, I can cast a spell that provides, well, light that can't be hurt.
Light that can't be heard?
Hurt.
But I can do this, and then you can do other things. Please, I just want to be useful.
The elephant has a point.
Good
Not
job.
the
Good
elephant,
job.
sorry.
Good job, elephant. Be useful. Be useful. Alright. I'm gonna look back and look at Mort and just kind of Mort. Can you? Which way? Should we just follow the tracks? Is there anything that way that's dangerous?
All that was that way is we kept some relics and religious artifacts in there.
Okay, that sounds important.
I don't. I mean, it is, but I can't imagine there'd be much left after such a time. Might be worth checking. If they went that way, they must
Do
have been
you
for a
think-
reason.
Do you think
Is
they
it-
kind of like warped like the statues did?
The religious. Well, I would hope not, but only one way to find out, I suppose.
It's a dead end then. Alright. Well, if the tracks lead
Let's
this
go.
way, then we should be ready. Warwick in the front. Go.
I'm gonna keep a close eye on the person that suggested that I liquefy other religious books with acid.
Speaking
Is that
of
me?
that,
That's
That
probably me.
was. That was, yes.
the nation dice redeemed. Gosh.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, reservoir.
Oh. Hey, reservoir.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
And in
Alright.
answer to your question, Emmy, there is a cap to how many of those can be redeemed at a show.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
100.
I have
Got it.
unlimited,
100.
but I have not done it myself.
Okay.
Oh, it's so dark down here.
It is extremely dark. Yeah,
Oh, as soon as you say that, Lulu's like, sorry.
Okay, now I can't see.
We'll get to the front. Move.
Wait, do you want me at the front, or do you want me to give reservoir dice?
Okay, there's something around the
Alright.
corner.
Both. Warwick, you can multitask. I
Lulu,
swear.
Lulu, stay behind us.
Sorry.
Yeah, stay behind me.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
There's something in there.
Burlock goes to the entrance of the hall.
As you wander in,
Thingy.
you see this large vault rubble strewn and containing 5 marble statues atop dioceses. 4 of them are unrecognizable, as the features have been badly marred by rock falling from the cracked ceiling. And if you head forward just a touch, at the end of the statue, you see a finely carved statue of a kneeling man.
Just a hunch. What was that kneeling man statue always there?
It was, yes.
Okay, just.
But it used to be wearing a helmet,
Oh,
which was one of those relics I talked about. Torum's helmet, it was called.
Start searching
And,
the room.
Supposedly, it lets you communicate with the god himself. Supposedly.
okay.
Can I run an investigation check in the room, see if I can spot anything?
I'm gonna keep an eye out for danger.
Can I search the room
Yep,
for a helmet?
certainly.
Do you want? I'll
Investigate-
give you advantage.
I'm
Oh.
following him.
Of investigation or perception?
Of your choice.
Okay, perception.
What's your
and if I'm gonna get
what's your
advantage
perception?
with help. Let's go
Can I roll
perception.
perception for enemies?
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
I'm looking for something to fight.
Not amazing.
You look around the rubble and kind of pull back a few of the larger rocks. You don't see any sort of helmet or anything. Again, this area was probably looted quite a while ago. You do, however, see the tracks continuing into this area. The embalming fluid kind of trailing off and dissipating, but the tracks continue in the dust. Harder to see now, but they go up to the statue of the kneeling man and away.
Cool.
As well as some demonic tracks as well, passing through this area. Ava, you listen out, and again, the silence is deafening. You hear no scurrying sounds, nothing in here, other than the resonant breaths of you and your companions.
Can I lean down to some of the rubble, and then I'm gonna pocket some of the rocks.
Okay, sure thing.
Just take a few.
Okay,
Sure.
can I go to the statue and just check to see if there's no hidden triggers or anything on it?
Alright, make an investigation check.
Okay. Where is the actual statue? Is it at the top or is it
It
around where
is
we are now?
the top one here.
Alright, so I'll go to there then. And just do a quick investigation check. Be a good roll. Yep.
Now you don't see anything.
And then could I roll a survival check to see if where the tracks went. Did they go back to where we came through, or just to want to make sure this is a dead end?
Okay.
Check the walls.
Well,
Secrets.
again, yeah, roll a survival.
Yep.
Let me check the back of the room.
It's lower because it's already been pointed out before, but
Mhm.
now you know what to look for. You see them sort of,
How back does this room go?
you see them go up sort of this way, around here for a little bit, then back down and out.
Okay.
Oh, I found the
Alright.
back of the room.
Is there a door secret up there?
No.
There's a wall.
Secret door would be a wall.
So Burlock's on his on bended knee, checking the tracks, going, "They've came here. They've lingered here, and they've come back out the door."
I just you appeared out of nowhere, Burlock. Ava's wandering around in the dark, being like, "How big is this room?"
Do you trip over Burlock? Because he's kneeling there, and most he couldn't see him.
Oh,
Well, I'm always in
Yeah,
a
you're
state of. sigh. Burlock grabs the two humans and just pushes them back towards the light.
No, I wanna.
Nothing around here. There's
wanna
nothing I
look
can see around
around.
here.
There's nothing I can see around here either.
Yes, but you're humans. Come on. Do I need to incorporate the buddy system for you two?
It's fine.
Maybe for her, but I'm okay.
Well, they've come in here, they've investigated, they picked up the helmet of Torm, was it, that you said?
Yeah,
Torm's helmet.
that was it.
Torm. Yeah.
Well,
Is that...
the story is that many years ago there was a cleric of Torm came down here and through decades of fervent prayer kind of created a sort of gap between the prime material and Torm's realm in the sort of area north of here, and the, you know, just so she could communicate directly to her god. But I don't know what's become of it, or the relic that would facilitate the connection.
Who's Torm again?
He's a
the god of
god.
justice.
Um,
He was the, you know, the guy with the gloved hand grasping a hammer. I think that's right.
I thought the god
The
of justice
true-
was blind.
He's known as the true and the loyal fury. Yes, his symbol's a right-handed gauntlet held upright with the palm forward. That's correct.
Well, this
But
looks
there's no
looks
more-
Well,
empty.
they've come in, they've done what they need to do, and they've come out.
Unless there's any secrets here, which we can't find. We haven't really searched for. There's nothing
Well,
else
I've
here.
checked.
There is the meditation chamber to the north.
There's stuff to the north. I didn't see that. Although it is
Well,
dark.
if you go, no, not from here. If you go, when we turn right, if you go left from there, you'll reach the rest of the ossuary.
Well, let's go. Unless anyone else wants to check this room for anything which I've missed.
Can't really check in
You
the
know,
dark.
I mean,
like
more-
things
this
on
is-
high shelves which I
Lulu,
can't reach.
Lulu, can you come up this
Yeah.
way with me? You said the tracks were led up this way?
Yeah, they went up to the
Out.
left-hand corner of the thing, walked around a bit, then came back out.
Okay.
If you're going to search, I'm going to search too and assist.
Okay, is that... Well, my investigation's only like...
Mine's only 2 as well.
If yours is 2, you do investigate. Sorry.
I'll assist you.
Oh, okay. So we're investigating that corner where the tracks go to
Yeah.
for any secretive stuff.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Natural 20.
I totally helped.
You, with the help of the light from the holy font, you scan through this area thoroughly, and you don't see any sort of hidden compartments, hidden switches, levers, anything of the sort. This does appear to be a dead end, and perhaps simply was just the place where they kept important artifacts and other such relics.
Damn.
I...
Oh well.
And you do see the footprints lead out, in and out.
Oh, let's head out.
Wait, wasn't this technically a vault? It kind of makes sense that they wouldn't...
Oh, a vault could. Well, it's gone dark again.
Sorry. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
Maybe a lead to Lulu could help.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, Ashley's just eating a piece of jerky. She burned it because it tastes better charred. Just, you guys done looking around this barren place? Done looting?
Oh, done
Haven't done
looting.
any
No,
looting yet.
There was nothing to loot.
Mort raises her eyebrows at you, Warwick.
I said yet.
That's the point.
I was watching more.
Burlock slowly walks towards the other thing and waits at the interjunction of the next hall. Intersection of the next hall. Interjunction.
I'll go with him.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah.
Because you can pretty much see Bill Oxford's game face on now.
Yeah. Yeah. You walk forward, and again the path splits to the side. North
Does
and
the
south.
left or right? Does the tracks or do I have to run on survival?
The tracks go with the I say with a natural 20 from before. It's
Mhm.
easy. It's easy with everyone's assistance to follow them, and they lead north.
All right. All right, to the north we shall go.
How far is the meditation chamber?
It's not far. It's not far. It's not a
Should
very
we-
big place.
All right. Should we try to at least be quiet walking over?
Yes, this sounds like a great idea. Sneaky.
I don't know how quiet we can be with a bloody glowing elephant next to us.
Well, that was the thing. I
Well,
was saying
the
some
elephant-
of us can
We
be.
can be quiet.
If no one else talks, we can be quiet. Well,
Oh yes, yes. No one else talk. Hold on. Yeah.
All right, if you all want to make stealth checks.
here we go with disadvantage.
Move my. Oh, there it is. There it goes. My computer was freezing. There it is. Alrighty.
Isn't my cloak?
Ooh, not great for Mort.
It's okay.
For Rhea, 13
Do
for
it.
Rhea.
10.
Oh,
Yeah, we're not stopping.
Wow, this is
A 19 for Lulu. Wow.
Wow.
She's flying. She
Okay.
doesn't make much sound.
She doesn't make much sound, no. There's just the soft of her wings.
I think that's probably. Oh.
Yeah, not great. Not great. This place is so quiet, and you guys, the
I'm gonna
boots
pull my
are
hood up.
ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink. Particularly the those in plate armor. It's hard to keep quiet and be stealthy, but hey, an attempt was made.
It's not often the plate, it's the chain underneath the plate.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, forward it is. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I see some stuff.
Really? I don't.
Humans.
Lulu's.
Yes.
Alright. You continue forward, and you see a huge chamber lined by these, how would you call them? These sort of funerary shelves, that's the word, along stone walls, and these raised daises, creating a display of humanoid bones rising from floor to ceiling. And
This
to your
is-
south,
Cool.
you see a chamber with dusty more bones and more relics and holy symbols of various gods, Lathander, Torm, Helm, and Tyr. A recurring theme of four gods, which seem to be the chosen religions of Elturel, to your south.
I'm gonna keep
And
ear
now,
out
Word.
more
for enemies.
Those pillars of bone there. Were they there before?
Oh no, the bones were there. Yes, they were.
Were they
Good.
moving
Trip top.
before?
Can I make a perception check for enemies?
Make a perception check.
I love you to succeed and those bones actually come out and attack us just because there's no shields.
Let me just check something.
Just kind of like listening.
Alright, you listen out, and again, it's hard with the. You do hear distant, very faint sounds of water. But you don't hear much of anything else.
Water.
Hey, that was the meditation chamber.
There's. I thought we were in hell. I thought everything would be more dry. But alright,
Yeah.
whatever.
I kind of want to check this out. Like the fact that there's still water.
It might help. You, Reservoir, not having to spend a spell slot to generate water every day if we have a fresh, clean supply around here.
Be attractive.
Unless it's poison or acid or.
I don't know how
So-
fresh it'll be. Being
So,
in hell.
Warwick, you drink it first then. Many years of drinking alcohol should help you.
Yeah, okay.
Iron stomach.
Don't dwarves have iron stomachs?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Dwarf should test it first.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going down or
Which way was
Okay.
the water coming from?
Following that way.
The water's coming from north.
north.
Down is the sort of the bones with all the holy symbols,
Okay.
and here
Ooh,
are
the
the raised
lootables.
platforms with a wall of interred.
We can come back
If,
that
they-
way.
if you've ever seen photos of the catacombs below Paris,
Yeah.
very similar to that.
Yeah.
Do you guys see anything?
More
I'm
rubble.
trying to look.
Looks like...
Which way's the... Which way, Mort?
It's down those stairs right there.
Okay.
All right, let's check the stairs.
I'm keeping an eye out
Just
for anything, any items kept on the bodies.
Lulu,
Keep my
you-
distance, but just looking, just to see.
Lulu,
Window
Lulu,
shopping.
Can you come
Yep.
behind me, please?
As you start to head down the stairs, suddenly there is a piercing screech. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Come on, be a zero.
Warwick.
Yes.
Will. No.
Set me to 0. Come on.
Okay. As you you're walking around and it's deathly quiet and so tense, and there's this screech as appearing right next to you. You see a similar creature that you've seen before, a small, tiny little demon, like that. But it's sudden. Everyone who rolled below a 10, you are Oops, I just deleted it. Everyone who rolled below a 10, you are frightened of this creature, as it just scared the living daylights out of you, and it kind of and scurries back around the corner before it disappears.
Holy mother of what the? What was that? What?
It was a little demon thing.
Isn't it the kind of demon thing that
Devil.
whatchamacallit?
Is
the one that
that
Van
one-
Tampers.
Yeah, that one chick, that one person. What was it? Was that wait?
Oh,
No, it was that one chick's one. What wasn't it? The one we saw in the big city of books.
No,
Oh.
no. I'm pretty sure we saw it in Vamp Thampus. No, what was it, Vamp Thampus?
Sorry.
Amarix.
No.
Either way,
I think it was
let's just-
Amarix familiar.
Oh, no, Amarix had, like, a little-
Silvara. It was
Silvara,
Silvara.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, thank you. Sorry.
Let's investigate the
Um,
bodies, the bones.
Oh yeah, maybe it stopped us.
Don't-
Yeah, you know, let's not-
Don't you
let's not
fucking
go.
touch those.
I
Right,
Right, I
haven't-
won't have you disturbing the grapes here. Keep your hands off.
The bones have no interest to me.
What are you looking for then? There's nothing here. There's bodies. People at rest. Leave them alone.
Not answering that question.
Everyone, I'm pretty sure that thing was just letting everything else in this place know that we were here. I don't think it was there just to scare us.
We better
So-
get moving,
I'm not
man.
scared.
We
No,
prob-
I'm scared.
You're not scared? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you're never scared. That's right. Let's see,
Shut
your
up.
face is the scariest thing down here. All right, where are we going? Where are we going?
This
Where
way.
are we going? All right. Well, I'm gonna stick close to the front.
Lulu, do you mind standing behind me?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Since I'm not scared of the thingy, I shall walk up to the next part of the steps and go to about here.
Oh my
You
God,
wander
you
through this
just-
area, and you see this room is set with cushions and low stools of brown oak. The wall is covered with a mosaic made from colored chips of bone. artfully arranged to depict scenes of funerals, souls migrating to the afterlife, and the celestial realms, Celestia, Mount Celestia, the Arborea, etc. And lettered among the bottom of the mosaic reads, "Contemplate life, for death comes soon enough."
Frank. Cool.
Very much a sort of memento mori type of visual.
Not the sort of place that I would personally come to meditate, but it's kind of cool.
I'm gonna glance that way where the thing ran to, and I'm gonna keep
It's
with the rest of the group.
Well, the whole thing is it serves to keep some of us humble. As I find humility is a trait often lacking in many people.
Burlock slowly nods and doesn't say anything.
I'm very humble.
So are they cushions and swirl?
They are, yes. They're covered in dust.
Well, how about the thing? I don't know if that creature's around the corner, so
Mort,
Yes?
the refugees might have something nicer to sleep on.
That's
Looking at the
actually not a
cushions.
bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea.
pick him up on our way
Right.
back.
Yes, definitely should pick him up on the way back.
You could just throw them in here. To open my bag.
Into the bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Scrunch it up
what a
so
fancy little tool you've got.
get all the air out.
All right.
It's
I don't need him here anymore.
Squish him in
Yeah.
dust.
just
Yeah, it is. It does. Like every pillar you kind of push together, there's like of dust, which like
Alright, dust them off first. Dust them off first. Dust them off first.
It doesn't. Duh, never mind.
one of them you pick up and you kind of let go because it's kind of sodden and wet. You don't really want to know
Ooh.
what.
Also, where's that running water?
You hear it coming from the corridor to your north.
Assume that's the meditation room. Is there a waterfall in there, Mort? It sounds like one.
Or urinal.
It's not a waterfall. It's just a pool.
A pool, even worse. Alright,
Or urinal.
well,
It's called the Vault of Ascendance.
I've never peed upside down. That's a different one.
Hardy har.
Alright,
Why is it
well,
called the
got-
Vault of Ascendance?
It's because it's the vault. It's the place where, the clerics of Torm could perhaps seek answers from their god. It was, a place of commune.
And the helmet rose of Tom, and that's been taken, and we're going to the place where it was used. This doesn't bode well at all, does it?
Let's keep going.
Ahead of you, you see a wall, what looked like a secret wall, which has been opened and is left open. A reservoir, you recognize this actually, as when the city first sank, this was the secret passage you and Mort took, along with many of the other people here, to escape to the cathedral. However, you also know that this secret passage was collapsed to prevent anything from following you.
Okay.
That's where we went when we went to the cathedral. We started here and
Oh.
dead end. Another one. All these dead ends.
Well, the water has to be coming from somewhere.
it will be.
There's a door up there to the left. Right.
Okay.
Door.
You head on up, and sure enough, you see the door before you.
I'm gonna be very behind. I'm gonna be extremely far behind.
I'm here ready to fight. Can
Is
I
that the
kick
collapse
door?
ahead of us?
Yeah, this is the
Yes.
left.
Ah, through there.
Yeah.
Usually the cathedral, but it's been caved in.
That's
I
good,
think-
at least.
And I think even if it wasn't caved in, I don't think it would lead there anymore, seeing as the rock the city's on split in half.
Well, I so want to knock on the door. I really do.
I
Meow.
can kick it down.
No. Belloc
Listen in.
suppresses that instinct
Listen.
and does a quick listen perception check. See if I can hear anything behind it.
You roll a perception check. You do. You hear slight splashing. You hear what sounds like frantic speech.
Someone's taking a ball.
And you hear
Water nymphs.
what sounds like the crackling of energy.
Can I motion
And
to
then
everyone?
before that,
Can I understand what that is?
do you speak celestial or abyssal?
No, I do not.
Then you do not.
Okay. I wave everyone back around the corner. And hopefully everyone takes my lead. I just say, we might be preparing for us, so... How about one person just goes in, opens the door, and ducks out of the way, just in case they decide to attack.
I'll do it.
How am I not surprised?
You did
Hey,
say
I'm the
duck,
fastest.
Yeah.
not go in and run around, but go in duck. Open door duck.
Okay,
Duck
go in,
or-
open the door, be prepared for whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
got it.
So,
Okay.
remembering what happened last time, we went around a corner to a door and opened it, the dark fireball.
All right.
Okay.
I move all the
Lulu,
way
dear.
back to
Oh, yeah.
where
Is
Yeah.
that is that your name, Lulu? Is it?
Yeah.
You might want to step back a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Grab Raya and start pulling her back as well. So, Mort, yeah. Last time we did
Yes?
this, back in Baldur's Gate, they exploded as soon as we opened the door. That's why we were
Well, that
coming
doesn't sound
back.
very nice.
The explosion went for
It was-
fair travel throughout the corridor we were standing in.
It's terrifying. Water splashed everywhere.
It wasn't water, it was
Right.
sewage.
even worse.
Sounds
Just as
charming.
bad.
I'm so sorry for the hardships you've had to go through.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it.
Okay,
That
well,
sounds
I'm gonna
sarcastic.
I'm gonna open. I'm
I'm just
the
getting
door
that
now.
feel.
I'm just.
Okay. Can
So
we
I'm
say
gonna
Raya and
press
Mort
Dodge.
and Dad walk back as well?
All right, you get
I
them to go
prepare a
back.
dodge, like I'm the dodge
Okay.
action, and then I'm going to slowly open the door, or at least attempt to. If it's unlocked, we didn't check.
Okay.
This is where the plan falls through. It was
Push open the door, and before you see a very interesting sight.
I don't see anything because it's
No, you-
dark.
Actually, no, you don't. You see nothing.
This is. I see
you
5
push-
feet in front of me.
You push open the door, and you see blackness. Actually, no. There would be a small source of light. It's just it hasn't. I haven't done it yet on the map. Bear with me.
Being human's great, guys.
What you see is in the otherwise dark room, you see a crackling, what looks like a portal. There we go. You see a crackling red portal in the center of this room, blazing with energy, and the wherever it leads to is indistinct and hazy. You see a pool of water with bodies of guards and humans, elves, people of all different cultures, dead in familiar armor, Baldur's Gate armor, Flaming Fist armor, and the Elturel guard armor. And standing, or should I say kneeling, in the center of the pool, in the middle of the room, hands clutched to a helmet on his head, you see a armored man. And it is... Oops. Which is the... I forget which is the show icon button. Nope.
It's another
shit.
portal.
Shift Z.
Shift Z, thank you. I've just lost...
Yeah.
You
Show
see
token.
that man. However, he is kneeling in the water, clutching a helmet over his head, and fervently murmuring under his breath in some insane mantra. The voice switching between a beautiful, ethereal, and flowing language to a harsh and guttural one, almost on the fly. Like that, just backwards and forth, fervently and insane. And he is frozen, and his hands are shaking, holding and clutching this helm.
Does he appear to have any weapons?
He's got a sword at his side, but it is in its scabbard. He, other than what he is currently doing, he does not respond to the door opening or your presence at all.
Hello?
Just no response other than...
Okay. I'm just gonna slowly walk up to him. Hi.
What's everyone else doing in the meantime?
Seeing there's no big explosion, I slowly walk up and get to the door just as Ava walks in.
Can we hear the muttering from where we are?
You
Or
can,
as we
yes,
move?
you can now.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Please tell me
I
slow.
can speak Celestial if that helps me at all.
Okay. Again, it's very bizarre. You catch half of what he is saying, and it's almost like a fervent prayer to Torm. At least the parts in Celestial that you understand. Like, deliver me from evil, protect us, and show me your justice and your might. And then, deliver me from evil, protect me from justice, protect me from evil, show them your...
Hello?
etc.
And the other one's Abyssal, not Infernal.
The other one is Abyssal. Well, if it's not Infernal, you do not...
Okay.
If you speak Infernal, you do not recognize it.
That is a prayer.
Sounds like part of one.
I don't like the sound of this.
Wait.
Oh boy,
You go up and...
she
You
moved.
go up and touch him, and he does not respond. He is almost frozen in this state, unreacting, unmoving, but ever so... It's almost like he's trying to tear the helmet off, but he is stuck and frozen in place, repeating this.
What's his...
This
Can I see his face?
is partially obscured by the helmet. It's kind of a bucket helmet with a sort of a T junction in the face. But what from behind it, you could see his eyes are almost rolled back in his head, and his mouth is muttering. You see the broad features, the dark skin. You don't recognize him, but yeah, you can sort of make out his features. That's the fucking helmet. That's it. That's Torm's helmet.
I
Who's
don't
this guy?
think it's Tom's helmet anymore.
It probably might still be. I don't know if being on this guy's head is a good thing for him or not.
Or if being on this guy's head is the only thing that's keeping him from being insane. Well,
Yeah.
from going
As
more
you-
into that strange language.
Another point of note. Around this pool, there are
Let's get out of the pool.
blotches of this foul-smelling bile-like liquid, just sort of floating, suspended, separated from the water, much like water from Greece, just hanging there, and it smells
What's
awful.
what's the water look like?
The water is bloody, and
It doesn't look
it is.
pure or clean.
It does
at
not.
all.
It does not. In its current state, it does not look pure at all. But whereas most of the water is diffused with grime and blood, these splotches of whatever it is are distinct and separated by, again, much like grease. But it is. Again, the smell is pungent as anything.
Now, do we think that the helm is keeping this person good, or the helm is keeping this person bad? Which one?
I
Do we
think
take it off or leave it on?
where in hell relics
clearly.
are.
Can you tell anything?
Make anyone who wants to make a religion or arcana check.
I'm just asking Lily because
I accidentally moved. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I'm staying back.
yeah.
Does it
Yeah.
feel good or does it feel icky or?
Warwick, you've got no idea. Reservoir, you kind of look, you think, and the way he's behaving, it seems like there's almost like a battle going on inside his head. There is some force speaking through him, or two forces competing for him as use as a mouthpiece.
This isn't.
And with that higher roll, you get the sense that this force has him paralyzed. He is overwhelmed with the psychic energy flowing through his skull.
My best guess, more. You said that this helm was used to speak to the gods.
Torm specifically. Although we weren't meant to use it.
I can see
I
why.
think perhaps someone is instead trying to speak through him.
That checks out.
Great good and great evil, I'm sure.
Perhaps he was naughty and turned to the
Warwick.
dark side,
Shush.
I think
and the Torm helmet is keeping him not dark side and trying to stop him. That's why he's trying to take it off.
I don't think so. I think both good and evil are affecting him through this.
but if they can't burn, maybe they. I look at
It's
the
a
poison.
battle of
And
wills.
it's
I'm just gonna.
whatever it is, I don't think he's going to be able to move or fight until one of them wins. I don't.
Maybe there's some way we can help him.
As much as I hate saying this, we
Change the
might need to
balance?
take the shield, take the helmet off him.
But that may
I
be
don't
the
think
only
so.
thing that's keeping him
Yeah,
sane.
I think
Keep him
the
good.
helmet's keeping him sane.
I don't get that impression.
Considering where we
believe-
are,
I'm going to kneel down
I could
and
properly identify it.
touch.
That would take
just
time.
very lightly, like a single. Part.
Reservoir, can you understand
Um,
what he's saying?
You
What?
Could you understand what he's saying?
I can understand part of it.
Can
So
you just say...
Celestial.
Sorry?
Yeah, Warwick. With that divine sense, you sense both celestial and fiendish energy coming from that helmet. And
From
it
the
is
helmet,
almost
not
weird. It's
him.
like a clash, a tempestuous maelstrom of these two forces wresting for control.
But it's
You
from
also
the
sense
helmet, not him.
from the helmet. You also sense strong fiendish energy from that portal.
Okay. I'll add that to the debate.
Okay. So
That the helmet
maybe-
is keeping him sane, but also driving him sane. I sense some badness to it. Very badness.
Oh, before I forget, since we had a short rest earlier, do I get my strength back?
That was the ability of the shadow, I believe. Let me just
Yes.
double check that. I can't
Just want-
remember if it's. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will quickly check.
Yeah. Well, you can have a look at that while we're debating. But also, we're debating taking a while.
Yes,
Also-
yes, your strength has returned.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it just occurred to me then. Wait, I had 18. Oh, wait. There we go.
maybe,
I only have 18.
I can identify it and be sure of its properties, but
maybe
I mean, this is just my preliminary assessment. But that would
I-
take time.
I look at
Time we
well,
might not
you
have.
like celestial. Look, you have like power stuff from gods. Being.
That's asking Lulu, I'm assuming.
Well, actually, Lulu as well, because Mort's a cleric, aren't
I have some abilities.
they? Maybe if
Not
we,
much that I could that would help with this.
Maybe we
I could enter a body. I can hit things with a spiritual weapon. Most of my strongest stuff is gone, though.
Maybe if we tried filling him with more celestial energy, the celestial could win.
I might be able to hold on just a
Blessing,
moment. I
if that ever
don't.
works, of course.
Do I have that? Do I have that? I don't have that capability.
Like,
I'm gonna try something. She takes out the staff and kind of walks up to him and rests the staff on his shoulder and kind of moves it up and around his head. The staff glows with this faint white yellowish energy and sort of disperses and diffuses around him, and nothing changes. Shit, that didn't work.
Lulu?
I don't know. This is maybe I did know, but I don't right now.
Okay. I'm just worried if we remove the helmet, maybe we'll interfere with the battle midway through and something will win and we don't.
But I think both sides of the battle are from the helmet itself, not from the individual.
Yeah, but
So if
if
the
we
helmet
take
is
it off,
removed, then
Fine.
If the
But if we can boost-
if we
Ava?
take it off, maybe we should try taking it off while the Celestial's talking.
Does there seem to be much time between the switching, or is it very quick?
It is it's about every 5 seconds or so.
All right.
Have to be quick.
Okay.
if you could bless the person to help with the fight, or anything spiritual to help with the fight, God, even praying might help, as much as that ever does anything. Sorry, Mort.
Can
I mean, honestly, if you just think for a second, you see all the things I've been doing to help you, healing you, saving her from fucking dying. Where do you think that comes from? Idiot.
So
she ain't wrong.
How do we pray again? I
Um,
haven't in a really long time.
I'd be happy to lead you through it once we're not in the pit of wherever the fuck this is.
Cool.
oh God, did I
Who do
actually
you
put the holy symbol
Hold your faith
on?
in, dear.
Me?
Yeah.
Do you have any faith?
I haven't
Can
found a god.
Burlock reaches into one of his into his belt strap, brings out a small little symbol of Tia, God of Justice, takes a few seconds, steadies himself, and reaches forward to pull off the helmet.
Okay.
When the Celestial is talking.
You reach forward, grasp hold of the helmet, and you pull. You pull. And you get the sense with this guy holding the helmet and pushing, he's trying to help in the current state he's in, but no matter how hard you pull with all your strength, it is stuck, adhered.
Does anyone
Swerves in
have any
dwarfish.
universal solvent?
I'm gonna
Grease spell?
I'm gonna get a little bit closer if I can, and I'm gonna start ritual casting identify and pull my book
Okay.
out.
I'm gonna.
I'll keep an eye out.
Can I
So
kneel in
that'll
front
take
of
you
him?
10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I kneel in front of him? and kind
11
of, like,
technically.
Oh, yeah, okay.
watch his face and kind of like see what. Oh, like, does it like, is there struggle in his face, sort of thing? Like,
Well,
Yeah,
he
there
wants
is
us to help him.
His eyes are rolled back, and it's almost like this fervid, like, state of delirium.
I
you-
am going to take a
if you need
complete
help
shot at the.
Trying to pull it off, I'll help. Otherwise, I'm just going to be keeping
No,
an eye out
it's-
in the corridor.
It's pretty stuck. I have a feeling I know who this is. I'll just wait till the ritual cast be finished, and I'll ask the question to the
But Del,
person.
as you approach, you do recognize this individual as the man who helped you with the Bone Devil when the city first descended. You recognize this as Alder Ravengard.
that's what I feared.
Same.
Well, this is him.
There's another option. One
Continue
more
with the
isn't going to
spell.
like.
Let's hear it then.
Destroy the helm. Let's
I don't
put
think you
that.
could, even if you wanted to. I don't think you could.
Let's put that on the back burner.
Well, I'm actually not opposed to it. If it's been corrupted by something, then maybe it is better off being destroyed.
The presence, both celestial or not, are coming directly from that helm. At least from what
No,
I
I
can
do.
feel. But,
I
yeah.
believe you. I believe you.
But let's put that on the back
But
burner.
I can see it as much as from what the poor fucker is saying. You know.
And let the wizards
Alright.
identify and see if they can find out what.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yes, Del, I said
Go
wizard.
by. 10
I'm
slow,
smiling.
quiet minutes with
Well, not quiet
the
because he's.
crackling sound of the portal ever present.
I'm keeping a watch for
Complete
the corridor.
You complete the identification, and this is it's not technically a magic item. This helm, it basically it allows for it allows for like a commune spell, but it's not the commune spell, if that makes sense. It allows a sort of a psychic connection, a faint psychic connection to a celestial plane, to converse and get advice and instructions from a deity. It's powerful. You get that much, but in terms of a statted magical item which could be useful, not so much.
I don't know.
I've got a crazy long shot here. It might work.
It's meant to connect to celestial planes.
Maybe
What's
something's
your idea?
intercepting it along the way.
And as part of that identify, you do sense a corruption.
Yes. Something is corrupting it. What was your idea?
He has a strong sense of justice to his city. Everyone be prepared to fight. And in a loud, booming voice, Spurlock yells, Lord Ravendark, the city requires your attention. Try to see if we can bolster his will strength to try to get it off.
The voice booms out, and in this enclosed space, it echoes. And you start to hear the portal starts to crack and spark. And then where once the background was hazy and indistinct, suddenly it starts to clear and clarify. And before you, you see a labyrinth, gargantuan with high walls, and stepping through, red eyes in a fury, you see, cooled by the sudden loud noise, you see 3 Minotaurs.
What?
Let's all roll for initiative.
Hey!
Whoa.
Can we pass?
I did tell everyone to prepare for battle.
Yeah, you did.
Whoa.
I mean, I asked what your idea was. I didn't know you were just gonna go for it.
Nothing else is working.
That was a lot of. Oh my
I mean-
goodness.
I had more ideas.
All right, a 30, easy, I guess. Jeez.
Easy 30.
Wow. Okay. Well, this isn't good.
No, it's not.
Let us do.
Well, if the Minotaurs are slower than 3, then we're okay. If they're faster than 3,
Yeah,
we're
nice.
screwed.
Hey, I know
Let's do,
I'm going first.
where's
He just thought that could help his will score and going,
Well,
Have I missed anyone?
We just need to give him the emotional support elephant.
yes.
Fine.
I have Bane, I don't have Bless.
Bane's more useful at the moment.
Yes, but
Okay.
if we could use it for him to bless, to give him better resistance against the hell, was the thought.
All right. Top of the round. Big surprise. Ava, you're first.
Oh, well. Hello there. We don't want you here. That's a...
Oof. Before I forget, how is water considered difficult terrain?
It is. Actually, no. This pool is shallow enough that it wouldn't be considered difficult terrain.
Thank you.
I am
It's a kiddie pool.
going to,
And just like a kiddie pool, it's that
you
filthy.
know, run up to the one in the middle, and I'm gonna use... I'm gonna start attacking. So, first hit. Yep.
That'll hit.
Second hit.
Yep. So will that.
I'm gonna flurry of blows to do another 2 hits, and one of these I'm going to. I believe it's this one. I'm gonna attempt to push one of them back into the portal.
Okay.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yep. That'll definitely hit.
Yep.
And
I
your-
feel like it's gonna pass a strength saving throw. though.
Does the? Do you? Well, make your second flurry of blows attack, and then we'll see if it passes.
Yep.
Yep. That definitely hits. All right. And what is the DC for your flurry of blows?
The DC, let me just double check, is 14. Ugh.
It rolled a 15.
Oh!
So no, you with your palm you go 4 quick blows, and it stumbles back, and almost its elbow sort of grazes the portal, which starts to close behind them, and it snarls at you.
I tried.
This Minotaur is going to grin and eyes glowing. These aren't just these Minotaurs. They have this sort of they're not pale and sort of. They've got this vicious fury in their eyes. They definitely have more demonic qualities than the creatures may have heard of in Tale. This one charges towards Burlock and is going to recklessly attack you with a gore.
Oof.
So that is going to be a 10, which will miss. Roll a 4 and a 6. 4 and a 5. 11 still misses, and then it is again going to swing at you with this huge great axe it wields again recklessly. That's a natural 20.
Oof. All right.
Okay, you take 35 points of slashing damage.
Has it been an hour since the temporary hit points we got earlier on?
Yeah, they would have gone by now, because you've all had a short rest. As you sort of grab hold of its horns as it charges towards you. You hold it and push it back, but as you are holding onto it, it swipes up at you with its great axe. It gets you straight directly in the chest, carving an inch deep into your flesh, almost hitting your clavicle and the center of your ribcage. Let go of it and push back. Lulu squeals and sort of darts backwards out the room slightly, frightened and not sure what to do. Mort is immediately going to she's going to run up behind you, Burlock, and she is going to spend, let's see, she's going to spend 4 charges of the staff to cure wounds you. So that's going to be 3, 6, 7, 11. Rolled really poorly. 15 points of healing.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I rolled 3, 3, 1, 3 for 48. And then as a bonus action, that's technically use an item, I think. So she can bonus action spiritual weapon, which she will do behind the Minotaur which just attacked you. So she summons once again ethereal shovel and swings at it.
Advantage because it was reckless.
Yes, thank you, because that is a natural 1. So let's roll again. 11, 90. Yep, that'll definitely hit. So it is second level. It's 1d8 plus 4, I believe. And so that is going to be 10 points of damage. Okay. This Minotaur's turn looks down at you, Ava, and is going to, in a similar way, eyes red with fury, recklessly attack you once. In fact, it's going to do it twice with its great axe. So the first one is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, the hits. Oof.
And the second one is going to be a 17 to hit. Which misses.
At least it wasn't critical.
Okay, so the first one, you take 6, 11, 15 points of slashing damage. Oh yeah, for that one, on the D12, I rolled 12, 10, 9, 3 for the crit. So yeah, I rolled super fucking high on that one. So yeah, you take 15 points of slashing damage as it carves down to you with the great axe. You manage to catch it before it makes contact, but it still pushes and forces it down onto your shoulder. You force it off before it can do too much damage. Rhea is going to run forward here and supporting you and swing at it twice with advantage because reckless. Natural 11 plus 6. That'll hit for 2d10 plus 8. 5, 10, 15, 23 points of damage. This one is starting to look rough. Ash, it's your turn.
Yeah, from where I am, I'm going to I'm going to throw my thing down, my Eldritch Cannon, the last one, spending the spell slot to do it. Throw one down like that, and then can it move? How far can it move? 15 feet! Oh my goodness! Oh, okay, right there. All right, so it's gonna move over here, and then it's gonna do its Protectorate. So let's do that. Oh, sorry, it's only 6. Wow.
Okay.
Only 6.
Well, everyone gains 6 temporary HP, which is
Except for these two.
nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 6 is good. I'm happy with 6.
Yeah. Plus 6, and then I'm gonna throw the 3 rocks, choosing some of the rubble I got earlier, and slamming into the one that's in front, the one that I can actually see, which is this one.
Okay.
So that. 18.
18 will hit. For
Okay.
5 points of lightning damage.
It's good enough.
Striking up your newly gathered stones from the ossuary. You once again strike them up in a line and send the lightning through them, dealing a grazing blow, which it kind of shrugs off.
Okay,
This
good
Minotaur
enough.
is going to recklessly attack Rhea with its great axe twice. First one is an actual 20. So let's do this one first. 9, 15, 21, 30, 34 points of damage. Oof. That's the first hit. Second hit is a 22, which will hit. So that is 9, 13, 17 points of damage. With that, 2 vicious blows. Rhea cries out in pain, looking bloodied and very, very down. But that'll end its turn. Reservoir.
Shoot. I will. This will be my best move. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And then
You, first point of order, you run forwards to get into position, and you step into this ichor, this foul-smelling, bile-like substance. Make a con save.
Oh no.
Oh!
Oh!
you know, I thought to myself, don't say you're good at those. That will curse you. But turns out thinking will do it as well.
Could you roll a D100 for me,
Hey,
please?
you've also got
You've got a D4 to change the
Go
1
D4.
to a 5 or 2.
I mean, does that work with nat ones?
No, that one is an auto fail.
Oh.
Yeah.
So can you roll a
Yeah.
D100, please? 20.
Funny.
Okay, good to know. We'll come. So take the rest of your turn, please.
And then I would like to, in, I guess, that 30-footish line, hopefully avoiding Ava, I will cast Acid Stream at 2nd level. So a stream of acid, or do I have it in here? Was I able to? Yes. Cast at 2nd level.
Okay.
So the Minotaurs should make
Dexterity saving throw. Which ones are you aiming for?
It is a 30-foot stream, so I'm hoping that I can get all of them.
Yep. I think you can just about. You can just about clip this one, just avoiding Ava. So Dex save for all 3 of them. What's your DC?
Oh, my DC is 15.
Well, top one passes. Second one fails with a natural 1. third one fails with a natural 4.
Okay, I'm
so-
going to bring this up. Reckless attack means all attacks, not just physical.
This
Does-
doesn't. This doesn't. This is a
Oh,
saving
it's
throw,
Okay, sorry.
not an attack roll. You're right,
Tried.
but this is a saving throw, so it doesn't apply. So covered in acid. So the first one, seeing you run up, he ducks out the way, but the other two take the full force of your acid, and well, they don't take any damage right now, but they are drenched in it, and it starts sizzling to your skin. At the end of your
Fantastic.
turn, you start to feel this crawling sensation in your left leg, but you're not sure. But that's all you get so far. Burlock, it's your turn.
These slashing and attacking. I would like to rage. That uses my last rage for the day.
All right. Incensed by the vicious blow, you spark up your own flame of fury.
And I attack the creature in front of me. Yeah, just do it Warhammer one-handed.
Okay. Yep, that'll hit for 10 points of damage.
Yep. And on the downstroke, and I attack again on the upstroke. For an 18.
will also hit. Once, twice, your hammer makes contact with the dense muscle of this enraged monstrosity, and it flinches against the ground. You hear the cracking of bone, but it serves to only seemingly enrage it even further. Warwick, it's your turn.
Move in behind Rhea and try to help out on the central Minotaur with my halberd. You say they're more demonic than normal, so let's see if that has an effect. So it's advantage for attack.
Yes, because it attacked recklessly.
Okay, power attack that I didn't use. It's been a while since I get to bring this one out. Oh god.
An 8 will miss.
Let's try again.
Dutch,
The second
roll luck
attack.
with those. 12 will miss.
And
Didn't this guy reckless? So it's
Yeah.
He did.
Still,
he did.
they're both
and those
12s.
are all with advantage.
Oh.
Both 12s.
they're both 12s. And let's do the butt strike.
That's right.
This is why I don't do power attacks anymore.
That does hit. Yeah, sort of trying to, well, again, your own sort of form of reckless attacks. You swing at it, but trying to get a purchase in the water, particularly with Rhea and Ava in the way. It's hard to make contact, but then you manage to spin the haft of your halberd around and strike it across the head, chipping off a part of its horn. It is looking close to death. Ava.
sweet. Okay, well, advantage. I'm gonna do my 2 strikes. First one.
That'll hit. That first strike is enough. You
Okay.
What you do is you jump up, grab hold of its horns, and kind of spin around it, almost Black Widow style, and you break its neck, and it splashes into the water. This heavy corpulent form quivers for a moment and then goes still.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm moving to this one for that second hit then. Oh wait, no, no. I just realized that's opportunity attack.
It would be an opportunity attack, yes.
I guess I'm gonna attack this one then.
Okay.
So I attack that one with that second hit, spinning around and giving a good solid kick.
Yeah.
From behind.
Launching off the one you just took out, you spring towards the second one, striking out and kicking it full in the face before landing back in the water.
Do I want to flurry of blows? Nah, I'll just do my one extra hit. Big damage.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet.
And with that, I'm just distracted because the spider just went and dropped on my keyboard.
Oh no.
That's fine. Yeah, that'll hit. And now this one's starting to look rough as you pummel it from the side. Its go. It is going to. Its focus is kind of on Burlock at the moment, so once again, it's going to attack you. Not recklessly, because you had already done so. So it automatically gets advantage.
No, I didn't do it recklessly because if I have rage.
Oh, that's right. My mistake. You did that. What I was about to do. So it does attack you recklessly. Twice with its great axe. First attack. Natural 16, 22, which I believe will hit.
22 hits.
Second attack, another 22. So, first one, you take 12. That's cocked. 2 12s.
So it's 12 total since
20
rage.
No, it is plus 4, 28 halved, 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 10. I'm rolling really good damage. 18 plus 4, 22, 11 points of damage. So in total, 25.
Oof.
They're still able to do a big damage even with your halves.
Mm. If I didn't have that half, I was dead.
Yep. And your con and your D12 hit price.
Alright. That ends its turn. Lulu is going to sort of start to step back into the corridor, unsure of what to do. Mort is going to, seeing everyone getting hurt, lift the staff. And how many charges has this got?
Use 4 on me, actually.
4 on you and 2 for lesser restoration. She doesn't have enough for that other spell. So she is going to... Seeing how badly Rhea got hit, she's going to go down here and dump 3 charges into her for 3rd level cure wounds. That is 7, 13, 19, much better, 23 points of healing.
Favorite.
Yep, well, just the dice's favorite. And then she's going to step back into cover. Actually, going here, she would have taken an attack of opportunity. So let's roll that. But she would have done it anyway because she's more focused on helping. 14 plus 4. Yeah, that would have hit. So she takes 10. 11! I'm rolling such good damage for these guys. Holy shit. I'm rolling like 9s, 10s, and 11s on all these d12s. So that is 21 plus 4, 25 points of damage. Yikes. Okay. She's looking hurt, so she's going to step back there after she... So that'll be 5, 10, 15, 25... 5, 10, 50... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to go back there. Because she is... That Minotaur is dead. Rhea's go, and she's going to fully rejuvenated attack this last... which one's she going to go for, actually? Well, she can't get to that one because Ava's in the way. So she's going to attack the bottom Minotaur twice with her longsword. Natural 4, miss. Natural 19, hit. 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage to that, striking at it with a sword. Ash, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward like this, and then I'm going to do some protectorates. I don't know. I have no idea where where Reservoir is. If she's in the range, I guess. And then I'm going to do some lightning of lightning. Probably on the one that is that's straight ahead. I can barely see this one. So
The range is 10 feet.
Yep.
yes, 10
Yeah,
feet.
I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Which one are you going for? The middle, the top one? or
The one's right here. The bottom
Alright,
one.
yep, that hits, and it
Let's see.
sparks,
28.
cover its phone.
Yeah, so 16.
Oh yeah, ooh, nice, very nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. That's the end of my turn.
It is now its go. And what's it gonna do? It's
Okay.
gonna do what it do. It's gonna attack Rhea twice recklessly with its great axe.
Who now has 13 temporary hit points.
Yeah, I just took off the temporary hit points, added to my current hit points, and just refreshed my temporary hit points. So I'm back to 34.
I did remember to do that for Mort as well.
Yeah,
So
I
on Rhea,
forgot,
first
so-
attack is a 13 plus 6, 19, which will hit. Second attack, 12, 18, that hits. So 10, holy shit, 2. Finally some mercy. 16 for the first.
Mercy.
And for the second, 2, 6, 8, 12 for the... Oh, she is barely up.
So
Ray
many
is
numbers.
hanging on by a thread. But she's still alive. Reservoir. Again, the tingling in your legs starts to throb. And it's starting to be a genuine discomfort. But what do you want to do for your turn?
So
Sounds
just,
like it's time to move out of the bile.
just an interrupt. The acid from the Minotaur.
Thank you. 3d4. Can you roll 3d4 for me, Reservoir?
It's actually
In fact-
4 because I had used a second level.
And that also reminds me, roll a d20.
Oh, yes. I have to do that too. Okay, so that's the damage.
13. Nothing to sneeze at.
13.
You're fine.
Don't turn into a plant in the middle of the bile. Woo.
There are other options.
I was thinking algae.
Um,
Okay.
so I'm gonna get out of that because that's gross. And then I will cast. I'll go for the one on Rhea because it seems like she's not doing too hot. I'm gonna cast Acid Splash on it. Oh, for
Okay. Dex save DC 15. Natural 20. Feeling the acid already and seeing you kind of splash and move, it ducks out of the way as a globule of acid splashes the wall behind it. Hey, at least it wasn't a nat 20 on its next attack. Burlock, it's your turn.
Okay. Was the acid splash damage on the Minotaur in front of me as well?
It's on the bottom one.
Yeah, but I thought it did all 3 of the line ones.
No,
made the dex save.
that one passed.
Okay.
That one dodged that first attack.
It's early. Okay. So anyway, well, do what I gotta do. Double Warhammer.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
With advantage.
13
13.
will just miss.
Oh, ouch. All right, do it again.
It blocks the first blow with its battle axe. Second one, natural 20.
There we
Very
go.
nice.
Kill it. Kill
That
it.
is 11, 13.
Roll a 0.
It's
Because
well,
it's rage only.
Rage
Rage
just got
only-
doubled.
Yeah.
It's looking rough. But it's not dead yet. Looking very rough. Anything else you'd like to do? Are you staying put?
Stay put.
Okay. Warwick.
Try to attack the one to the south. One to the north looks like he's worse off, isn't he?
Definitely.
Yeah, he's about to go down.
I'll start my attacks on him and see if I can finish him off. This time
Okay, with advantage.
with advantage, without the power attack.
Yep. That'll hit. And with that, you stab forward up at an angle and right through the bottom of its jaw. You see the tip of the halberd emerge in its mouth as it cries out this wordless scream and falls
And
dead.
now the other two.
Yank your halberd out and your other attacks. First one will miss, but so you swing around, but the force of your impalement gives some resistance, and you don't manage to get your second attack off, but you manage to pull it out, and with that motion, continue the butt to strike the last Minotaur in the chest. And would you like to move or do anything else?
No, I'm good being at distance.
Okay, Ava, it's your turn.
Can I stand on the Minotaur?
It is quite big. It is. It's gonna be. Make an acrobatics check. Sit with disadvantage because it is slippery. 12 now. It's you. These are big forms, and this kind of slipperiness of the wetness. You can't find a good purchase on it.
Use your ranged weapon.
I don't have one. Step in the gunk.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Ava doesn't know what it does. I'm fine.
Okay. Fine.
I left
So,
it very much on.
make your attacks.
Make my attacks. Did this guy reckless?
He did, so you have advantage.
Sweet. It's hidden.
That'll hit.
Yep,
First attack
1,
strikes.
2. Natural
Second
20.
is a crit. It is looking very, very rough.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go for the last strike. Hopefully killing. 9.
And with that, you take it out. Strike it once, twice, and then you find that one spot right in its neck where it's where the vein goes, and you strike it with enough force that your middle finger pierces through the flesh and rips into that key
Actually,
vein.
is there a way that I could have like broken off the horn and like killed its own?
Oh, if you want to do that, absolutely. Yeah, with that natural 20, you grab one of the horns, tear it off, and then use it to jam through its own neck. Yeah. That's much cooler. Okay.
I think much
Battlefield.
gorier rather than cool, but yeah, okay.
It's so cool. Okay, it's cool.
Settles down.
Is the portal still open or is it shut?
The portal is still open, but once again, the image has faded back into that dull mist. The image of whatever was beyond vanished.
So it was.
Ava, make another con save.
Oh, I should probably move. Oof, that'd be a nope.
Yep, roll a d100.
I am gonna move out though. Dice roll. 100. 86.
86. Okay. You step out and you feel this buzzing in your ears. That's disquieting and discomforting. Reservoir. As you wait there, kind of taking a breath, relaxing from the chaos of the battle, suddenly this horrendously sharp pain shoots through your left leg. It hurts. It is agony as you feel muscle start to divide, bone start to expand, and after as everyone watches like in shock, after 10 agonizing seconds or so, your left leg has grown about another foot. And your speed is permanently, or until it's cured, reduced by 10.
Oh.
As your flesh is warped by this ichor, this disgusting, it is very painful.
Reservoir?
Ava,
More.
you see, fucking, what the fuck? Ava, you look onto this in shock, and suddenly your heart starts to race as you recognize your ears start to get the ringing starts to increase, and you
Oh,
rolled
no.
a much different one. Your ears start to grow
Oh no.
and grow and grow
Oh no.
until they're even bigger than Lulu's, and
Oh my.
and they kind of droop. You now, and you feel nerve endings kind of connect, and you now have a fly speed of 5 feet by flapping your ears.
You got Dumbo ears? You got fly speed?
Congratulations.
You rolled probably the funniest one.
Wow.
David's just like standing there in shock as like
The Prince Charles.
So that just happened,
Reservoir,
and
you might have an issue. Have you ever considered taking up martial arts, though?
Reservoir says nothing and looks horrified.
We could probably get like
I'm gonna.
a platform shoe.
hey
Can-
Lulu.
all right, don't fucking touch that liquid, whatever it is. Clearly,
Let's get out of the water.
I'm so tempted to get a sample.
Can I make a check to see if I think this is wild magic or this liquid?
Arcana check.
Okay. Okay.
Because you have been here in Elturel, and with that roll, you've heard of this. This is the remains of demons. What happens when they are killed, and their refuge and the sludge that they turn into upon dying, apart from the abyss, can sometimes, particularly on the lower planes, have a flesh warping effect.
Reservoir
Now
just sits there and looks horrified.
Meanwhile, we still got this crazy guy with the helm.
Yeah, throughout this entire encounter, he has not flinched or moved or done anything. He has just been there, muttering under his breath.
Just pick him up and let's get out of here.
That was my thought. Pick him up.
Maybe we should all try and lift it up, the helmet off at the same time. Maybe it's like a group effort.
We can't wait for more of those things to come from the portal. Come on. We're waiting out here for long enough.
Okay,
But
I'll help Bella pick him up.
I'll assist.
It's weird, Ava. Now, suddenly you're hearing a lot more because you're now gigantic ears. It's like comically big, like are picking up echoes and much more sound than before, and it is disconcerting.
It's like commissioning an artist to correct the artwork.
No, I don't want it to be permanent.
Do have to do the legs of the characters.
Reservoir is not
That
in
was, that was a
good
contractual
place.
option that we made sure we had.
Like I can hear everything right now.
Lulu kind of comes around the corner and says, "Ah, you look like me.
We got matching ears now.
What happened?"
This weird sludge stuff. They also got Reservoir. Reservoir, are you gonna be okay to walk?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
It is difficult. So you kind of, one leg is a foot longer than the other now.
Which leg
And
is it?
Oh, Reservoir is sitting down with her dress over her legs.
Burlock looks at Reservoir. Do you need a hand?
No, I'm
Or
fine.
leg.
Shut up.
My elbow. Actually, no, I whack him with my eel.
Do we need a wheelbarrow?
Rhea now kind of like once again bloodied and bruised, kind of like collapses to the back against the wall, starts to breathe heavily.
You're okay?
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
You really do need a rest.
Maybe not charge in.
That was my fault. Sorry. Thought that could give him some willpower, strength, stuff. Didn't expect to have 3 horny beasts attack us.
Anyone who wants to make an intelligence check?
Can I make one? Can I make one from out here?
Yeah, you've seen enough what's going on. Del, you're
Okay.
preoccupied.
Oh, +5.
Warwick,
Come on.
you suddenly remember
Oh.
when you first entered into the crypt beneath the high hall. You remember Feria Jinx. First thing she asked you is that, does anyone need an exorcism? Is anyone possessed by anything fiendish? And you think she may be able to help.
I'll keep that quiet. But yeah, I do suggest we take him. We may need a wheelbarrow for.
Just throw him in the bag. Come on.
You've not really seen this yet. I mean, actually, no. Everyone would have. Sorry, because you cried out in pain. So yes, it would be noticeable.
All right, either I pick up Reservoir or I pick up Raven Guard.
I'm fine. And Reservoir will stand and do her best to hide it. I mean, she's wearing a long dress,
Yeah.
but it still looks awkward.
It does, yeah.
All right.
It's okay, Reservoir. We can start a circus together.
And Ash, I don't think we put people in bags.
Well, I'm just suggestions. It's fine.
That's how we get accused of kidnapping.
I mean,
I'm gonna listen out for danger now that I have giant ears.
Make a perception check with the.
There's still that little monster that that wasn't very charming.
oh, maybe you could find it with your ears. Do some echolocation.
Isn't that a bat?
You don't hear anything other than what you're used to in this chamber. The portal is still crackling, but other than that, you don't hear much of anything.
I need a lever to turn that off.
I feel like I can hear the rustle over everyone's clothes, and it's weird.
Sorry, that was lunch.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like everyone's breathing as well.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna regret doing this. I
don't
reach
think-
forward
I'm
to
just-
pick up Mr. Ravengard.
I'm just imagining it's like.
He
Sorry, I'm just imagining it's like when I use this microphone and I turn it so that I can hear myself and like I can hear everything.
Yeah. It's quite the experience. Ravengard offers no resistance. In fact, you kind of you fight you make a motion to fireman's carry him. He kind of his legs almost like if you try and push him forward, his legs instinctively jerk forwards to catch himself and stop himself from falling. So you kind of walk him back, but his hand is still in his helmet. He's still muttering under his breath. But you are able to gently, step by step, lead him.
I'll walk on the other side of him.
Has he got a weapon or money purse or anything on him?
He's got a sword at his side. He's got this lovely sort of plate armor emblazoned with a flaming fist. Other than that, you don't see much of anything else on him. However, there are other guards in the room, other dead bodies.
Yeah, but then they're close to the yuckiness, and I don't want to go near that.
Looks like there was some kind of battle.
Let's go back. And Mort, if there's anything that can help out the
There are a couple. It is easy to avoid the yuckiness, because it is so separate from the water.
What?
Mort, am I allowed to loot the bodies here to help the refugees?
They're not interred here, so you're not grave robbing. Yes, go ahead.
He asked permission. He can be taught.
It's a start.
I'm going to ask for the others as well, but go through the bodies, carefully avoiding the sludge.
You find 3 scrolls, 3 spell scrolls, wet but still usable. They are spell scrolls of Mass Healing Word, Remove Curse, and Tongues.
I throw them back to the dry land as I find things. All 3
Remove curse.
How
How many scrolls of remove curse are there?
Just one.
But is it going to be for you, for our 3 long-legged friend, or for him? Possibly. And the Minotaurs don't have anything but really big
Reservoir's
weapons.
got it worse
No,
than
they don't
me,
have
so-
anything except for far too large battle axes. Yeah.
Sad face.
Actually,
How are we gonna get back to the the safety?
I think we need to find a cart.
We're in no condition to travel.
I'm
can't
okay.
stay here.
We still haven't cleared up this area. We've just been here.
yeah.
You know, there's-
Still
We haven't.
points at Raya. She's on death's door. We have an invalid here. He just try and push off his helmet. We need to do something.
Mort's going to step up and say, "You know, you are taking a lot of my capabilities, but I suppose." And she will reach out and second level cure wounds Raya.
Well, even without how injured we are, we're carrying a man, or helping him,
8,
and Reservoir
8.
can
Oh
barely
no,
walk.
it's a 2. 10.
I'm fine.
14.
You're not fine.
It's going to take a week to shave that leg.
Shut up.
I hit you with my ear again.
Just
Ooh. Have you ever thought of piercings?
Imagine how many I could get.
I know. It looks like Sky's
Huh?
disconnecting.
Oh.
No.
Oh, no,
In
yeah.
that case,
Who's there?
you
Who's there?
yeah. So you gradually gather yourselves and start to slow.
Oh, walk a little faster, long legs.
And we might just have a break.
Oh no.
Oh, it's back.
Sky, do you want to have a break now?
Hello?
Take
Yep.
a break.
I was about to say, yeah. We'll take a break. Just it was a good place to do it anyway. You gradually make your way from the ossuary, gathering your battered, bruised, and altered party, and make your way out back to the surface. And we will take a break here.
Okay. I'm still tempted of taking a sample of that chemicals. 'Cause why not?
Flight of check.
Yeah.
Drink it.
So we'll be back
Just drink
shortly. Stick around. Thank you for the redemptions. Thank you for those that are watching. Stick around for part 2 after the break, and enjoy the sounds of Syrinscape, Descent into Avernus, most likely the grim hellscape music.
Yep.
Oh, grim. Was it hellscape with grim music or something?
Already playing.
There you go. So we'll be back soon. Bye. Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the remove curse, the fact that we've only got one remove curse, and we've got 2 people that want to use it.
What a quandary.
I mean,
Oh.
3 if we include Helmet Guy.
Who probably
Oh.
needs it most?
I thought helmet guy we had to do a thing for. I thought that
An
was- that was
exorcism?
the thing. Yeah, an exorcism.
But what if I don't
Maybe
believe in
everybody's-
exorcisms?
Well, it's not you. You're not helmet guy. So
I
it
know.
doesn't- yeah.
If you need exercise, but you don't
But-
believe in exorcisms, will it work?
But this is the leader of the Flaming Fist. The missing leader of the Flaming Fist, is it not?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
Alder Ravengard.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's my superior officer, in a sense. If we weren't kicked out of the,
Oh
Were
yeah,
you kicked out of the Flaming Fist?
well, we're kicked
Yeah,
out of the
if-
city
we weren't
Hey.
kicked out of the city. We were told it's better if we leave till
And not
things
come
calm
back.
down.
That's
They
called.
didn't say
Yeah.
and not come back.
This is a really hard suggestion to leave.
It was just a things are gonna be crazy right now. You should probably leave till things calm down.
And it's going to be a very, very, very long time. Don't come back.
I feel
It's
like you
okay.
guys are taking it way out of context.
But did we get fired? That's the thing. Is he our boss?
Yes.
Then he's not our boss. Then
He's
my
our
loyalty
former
is not
boss.
there.
He's our former boss.
Wait, what are we? So you're saying
Well,
that
more
we're
Are we
What is he gonna
back
do?
at the sanctuary
gonna
now,
do?
or are we?
All right.
Well,
So
no.
if we want to jump into the game, unless you guys have anything you'd like to do
Loot.
in the there's
I'm not going to be
We've
allowed.
already looted.
if there's anything you'd like to do in the sanctuary, unless otherwise you gradually make your way up and out into the chamber above and out, starting to make your way backwards towards the high hall.
What are we gonna do?
As I hold Ava's ears in my hand, I don't know.
Yeah. You have an ear each.
It is
That
it
feels-
is difficult, Reservoir, for you to maintain your posture as just trying to walk. You're naturally sort of bobbing up and down, and it's slowing you down quite a bit. It's
Hmm.
I
very
think
awkward.
Warwick is
It
right.
probably doesn't help that I'm taking
Hmm?
a little bit of extra time to try and look vaguely normal.
Yeah,
We-
no, you're
And brooding.
if you're like trying to look normal, your speed is probably like 10 feet.
We need to find some kind of cart or something.
Yeah, cart or wagon. Is there a wagon that you use to, or like a little cart to use for burials? That we can.
There were some things like that lying around here. Yes. I don't know where they could have gone in all the chaos leading up to this, but we can have a look around.
I think that might be the best way to just try to see if we can speed our journey.
Let everyone make an investigation
I'll
check.
keep an ear out, I guess. For monsters.
Okay. 6.
Oops, that was a beep beep. Sorry about
Okay.
that. I got some beeps coming up. My computer should be
Uh,
beeping.
Right. Yeah, it's not too hard.
I
Um,
left advantage on.
Yeah.
I'm looking for lootables.
Uh,
Oh my god! Stop looting.
You Ash, without too much of an issue, you walk around and you do find a small cart, just up against the side of around the back of one of the buildings, which you could assume was used to ferry bodies, to and fro from like places of where they died to this graveyard.
Right.
Burlock.
Perfect.
As you're wandering around, you spot 2 zombies. You can assume they're zombies. You faced them before. But then you look closer, and you see they're shorter than you'd expect. You get a closer look, and you kind of peer through your eyes, and you see two zombified goblins ambling around this graveyard.
Is one of them named Meg?
No, Meg. Oh, Meg. Yes. No. Different campaign.
If you asked, she wouldn't speak. Meg wouldn't speak back anyway.
Oh.
You are kind of
Walks
separated from the party as
back
you.
slowly and motions to Mort.
What is it, big man, or rather, wide man?
Oh, except
Sure.
white man. You're not gonna like this.
What?
Who was it from your family that was buried here?
My husband and my son.
Yeah.
Show me. Show me. No.
I'll be here if you need me. Takes Mort to the zombified goblins.
She kind of, she tenses up, and she lets out this in anger and rage, and they kind of turn towards her, and her hand grasping tightly on the staff. You see a tear go down, tears start to sort of drip down her face. She steps forward, and she strikes the staff into the ground and raises her hand out, and this pulse of energy emanates from her. And as soon as it touches the zombies, they just scatter into ash. Thank you, Burlock. Thank you.
Not easy, but at least they're somewhere better. I like to believe that anyway.
Here. Take this. Without looking at you, she gestures towards you with the staff.
Takes it carefully. Are you sure?
That was his. My work here is not done. I need to stay. Tell Reservoir I'm sorry. I can't. I've got work here to do. I've got to make this place. I've got to return this place to how it should be. That's what my job is. I tend the graves.
Well, we know where we. Any final words for Reservoir? Anything that I can tell her to make her understand?
Best of luck. Don't die, I suppose, is about as best as you can hope for. Don't die. That goes for you as well. Give her that staff. I think she can use it. It'll be much more useful for her than it is for me.
Yeah. Of course. Leans down, gives Mort a big hearty hug. Thank you for your help.
She pats you on the back. Then she picks up her shovel. She goes. She starts to shovel the ash. Back into a grave.
With a couple of tears in my eye, I walk back to the rest. Takes Reservoir aside for a moment and communicates that, and then passes Reservoir staff.
Reservoir, you receive this staff, this long. Again, it's got like totem poles inlaid on it, and as you've seen from Mort, it clearly has capability for healing magic.
She wanted you to have this.
You glance off to the distance and you see her start to dig, tend the graves, back to her, almost as if the world around her was no changed, back to work, doing her duty.
Talking about her like she's dead. I'm gonna start toward Mort.
Pulls arm out. Blocks. She just killed her. Dead. Husband and son. I think it's time to let her be for a while. We know where she is. We can come back and talk to her later. At the moment, the memory's probably a bit too, for lack of a better term in this place, fresh. Drops the arm, waits for what Reservoir does. She said she wanted you to have this. Oh, she did say one thing. Don't die. I think that goes for all of us as well, but I think for you especially. So, hey, on the bright side, this should help with movement.
Let's just get back then.
Yeah. Slows down his pace to match Reservoir's walking speed till he gets back to the rest of the crew.
Okay. You'll convene. Ash, you're now pulling this small cart.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, as I'm coming around, like, all right, found it. It's pretty easy to find. So let's just throw the dead weight on here. So throw the corpse and come on, Reservoir, sit down.
I guide the Raven God into the.
you set him down on the and he kind of sits like upright, still muttering, still hands shaking.
We'll get you to safety.
I hate to say this, but Maud's going to be staying here for a while.
What?
Staying as in
Tending
Grace, tending the graves is what she does.
It's not.
oh,
safe.
so not staying as in she got attacked.
No,
It's not safe here.
It's not.
I think it'll be safer for her here than here right now.
No, she's out in the open. Anything can attack her here. We can't leave her here.
If she prefers
What
the company of dead men, then it's fine. Just let her do
It's what she wants.
to.
I can tell you the real reason, but I think that would be causing her disjustice. Just leave her be. Please.
And then again, you glance over, and just out of the corner, sort of half hidden by some of the tombstones, and you see her at work, digging.
It makes us far weaker as a squad.
She'll be distracted. You should know, a distracted soldier in battlefield is more of a liability than an asset.
And that's when we put them in the front line.
I can see why you are fired from the fame list. And just walks off.
We're all fired.
I follow.
Okay. You make your way from the graveyard back into the streets. Who's pulling the cart?
I'll help.
I'll push if I'm not pulling.
Maybe two people
Okay.
up front pulling.
Guess I'm pulling.
I'll pull then.
Yeah.
I got the strength for it.
Alright, you make your way through the soft rolling of the cart through the cobblestone streets.
I'm keeping an ear out.
Yeah, keep an ear out.
Alright.
Keep an eye out.
Make a perception check.
Advantage. Perception. Listen, I'm gonna make use of these ears while they're here.
All right. As the journey from the cemetery up to the base of the hill, where the high hall is at the peak, is uneventful. This side of the city does seem to be somewhat calmer than where you had landed. But as you're making your way up the street, you hear of a horse
I hear a horse.
who's on the cobblestone, just on the other side of those buildings.
Hang on. So, where are we in reference, sort of thing?
So I would say you'd be about here. Just off this, so there's the main thoroughfare, which goes right up to the high hall, and you're in kind of one of the side alleys, and you hear these footsteps on the main thoroughfare.
I'm gonna pop my hood up, like kind of try and tuck it around my ears, and pop my hood up and try and take a peek.
Okay, make a stealth check with advantage, because if you're what is your cloak? Is that just your cloak?
It's a cloak of elven kind.
It is. That's right. So yes, with advantage. Okay. Hold on. That is a 26. Yeah, so you kind of hunker down, creep out through the alleyway, and take a peek out. And you see what looks like a knight, but twisted black metal, riding a horse with burning red eyes, a fiery mane and tail, and this soldier has a wicked-looking lance or a halberd with rivulets of fire running up the length of the obsidian black blade, and is just slowly walking down this thoroughfare.
Where is it heading?
It is heading past where you guys are, away from the high hall.
Is it heading away
Fact.
from the high hall?
It is, yes. If you just bear with me, I can get you a picture. Because we all love pictures. Alright. This is
And
what you
we
see.
all love Hell Knights. No? Oh, yeah. Something similar.
Oh.
And
I
just
see.
you
That and a Hell
catch
Knight.
it walks right past you, Ava. Fact. Let me find out. Ooh, maybe.
It has disadvantage to see me as well.
Well, we'll see.
True sight.
It
We'll
also,
see.
it also has advantage to see good aligned creatures.
See, it should have been me.
I haven't I don't think I've given Ava alignment, have I?
I would say the way you've been
What's in
acting,
your
you
heart?
would be. I would classify you as a good aligned character from the way you've been playing Ava.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Even technically, I'm good aligned.
Yeah. It's
just.
and then it walks, and then it just looks at you, and just stares right at you. It grins, turns, and just keeps going. As you're kind of watching this from the alleyway, Burlock, you look, and the design of its weapon is frighteningly familiar.
No.
The obsidian black and the fire running through it. And it just keeps going. Down the street.
Just
I wonder.
hold him.
Alright, so what's willpower?
Wait, did
Wisdom.
he see it though? Because I went forward to look at it. So...
It's hard to miss. This thing is aglow. And in the...
No, but they're on like the other side of the building.
I would imagine you would have tried to take a peek, right?
Yeah. Alright. Yes.
And I'll just hold shoulder.
Yeah, that's pretty much what stops me. I was about pretty much ready to run after it. And
Rhea kind of puts her hand on your shoulder as well. Steady. And Lulu says, I know those things. They're really dangerous. That thing could kill us all.
I got that impression.
I've been looking for those.
Watching it go down the street, does it leave?
Oh yeah, it just heads on, and then at the bottom of the street it takes a right and heads towards the bridges you'd crossed earlier, until it turns a corner and is gone from sight.
Why did it spare us?
You don't know?
That tiefling did as well. Yesterday.
Are we just all frightened to them right now?
Yep.
Are we not even worth their attempt to kill him? So let's
Yep.
show them.
We should go.
Well,
All sense of all sense of duality has gone out of him. He's pretty much focused on task. Come on. Motions to reservoir, puts arm around and helps. Don't want to be out for too long.
Okay. You continue on, not encountering anything else until you make your way back into the high hall. The remains of the battle still around you, but otherwise you are uncontested in your journey back to safety.
Okay.
What would everyone like to do?
Where's the
Alcohol?
No. What was the? Okay. Priest lady.
She was down there. Let's go in. Let's get out of this.
Maria? Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Come on. Let's go down.
So we head into the.
Burlock just has a quick chat to reservoir. Is there like an empty room or somewhere away from people? I just need to vent a little.
There might be some semblance of privacy down below, and
One, you don't mind me being a bit angry and just make sure no one else comes in. Please.
There are sort of little side areas in the crypts, which are undisturbed.
Well, Verloc goes towards one of them, closes the door, and then spends the next half hour screaming, kicking, yelling, breaking things.
Lovely.
And yet I'm
Okay.
He was not allowed to rage, so he's raging now. Saying pretty much saying along the words of "so close, kill her, bring her back."
As we,
Phrases
like,
along those
enter-
words, pretty much breaking down, pretty much into a sobbing rage.
And I go to talk to Farah Jinx.
Yeah. As we come in, we immediately go to find Farah Jinx.
All right.
I'll go
You-
around where Burlock is, sit outside the door.
You head down. You find her once again Same place you left her, in the crypt, tending to all the individuals down there. Sort of still clutching that tome in her arm, kind of like checking on people, making sure everyone's,
Ash, do you want to pass out some of those cushions and
Yeah, sure. I will definitely do that. Can I look around and just see if there's anyone?
Yeah,
There's a person
you
around.
you look around, and you spot them. And as soon as they see you, they immediately avert their gaze and kind of go and sit down in a dark corner, trying to keep their distance.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and pass it out around then. Just gonna put it in a pile in the middle.
Give it to the elderly, I think.
if you put it in the pile in the middle, they have to fight over it. We could get some side bets.
Put it in a pile in the middle.
Give it to the elderly.
Um,
Maria, we need help.
Hello, greetings. What's the problem?
we found someone with a little bit of a personality issue.
She turns around. She's,
Goodness, Alda, that's Rivergod. You found him. Oh God.
Well, we found a bit of him.
He's he needs help.
Let's give me. This is most peculiar. Is it she? What's?
We can't get the
Is it
helmet.
the helmet?
The helmet is a direct link to a god, but we think it's a cross line with another god, who's not a god, but more demonic or hellish or fiendish, whatever.
Maybe something
That's his
interrupted the
fighting.
call or
Yeah.
something. And now that's fighting. We need to get the helmet off him, but we can't.
Or at least close the call.
I need to. I may need to. One sec. Keep him safe here. I must go and do a bit of reading. I think I might know what can help. Bear with me.
Also,
She.
Do you know how to fix
Long legs.
long and big ears?
Yes,
What's
I didn't want to mention anything for fear of being rude. What happened?
Just be rude, it's
There
okay.
there was this weird sludge stuff.
Ah, yes, that seems familiar. The cursed remains of demons. As I said, it is a curse upon the flesh, so something which could abate that could help.
Okay. Do you have?
That's beyond my capabilities, unfortunately. I'm not a strong enough cleric for that.
Okay. Didn't you find something? Work for that?
I found some spell scrolls, but I think they were damaged because they were in the water. One that did mention about removing curses, but as I said, I think the ink ran on whatever. I think Reservoir might have to look into those.
Regardless, well,
Because
you
Reservoir
look.
can use it. Like, mine's, apart from the hideous giant ears, is kind of beneficial, but for her, it's kind of not.
Well, after all, she's a wizard, so like, she'd have to look into it and see what it is, and like if she can use it, and maybe she could grow her other leg.
Regardless, I've only
Either way.
seen that flesh. I've only seen that stuff work a couple of times, and it's not been pleasant results the times I've seen it.
Either way, Mr. Split personality might need some assistance.
I would be cautious on when encountering that stuff in the future.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it common?
Hey,
Not so much here, wherever demons have been slain en masse, more so. But thankfully, that's not happened too much in the city.
I wonder if someone, like, got a bunch of the curses. Could they just be bigger?
Could it be weaponized?
That could end. That could. I don't. I'm gonna roll religion.
Could it be weaponized though? If we get a
I don't
vial
doubt
of
it.
it and throw that on someone.
Yeah, no, she
Just
doesn't.
mix my long leg, your big ears.
I imagine if you submit yourself to warping of the flesh too much, it could end very badly.
Oh,
I don't know, but I wouldn't risk that for anything.
it was just a thought. Like,
Could be used as torture
I don't doubt it.
if one was acclimatized to torturing, of course.
Of course.
that's not torture.
Bad people, of course. But yes, Mr. Split Personality might need some help.
Yeah, let's.
Closing the call or just taking the helmet off. Shouldn't play with artifacts. It's not.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in any case, I have a small bit of reading to do. I think I know of one ritual which might help this, but it requires a few interesting components. I'll be right back. Take the opportunity to rest, and I'll see what I can do.
Will do.
I'm gonna go find Burlock. I think he.
I think I hear it screaming down that way.
Yeah.
You just hear swearing in Dwarvish now, along the lines of color of her hair.
As Ava leaves, I'm gonna toss her my water skin. Just yeah,
Oh, thanks.
hand that over to him.
And just
Alright.
cursing and swearing in Dwarfish, slipping back to his native tongue. Is anyone else speak Dwarfish at the moment?
I do.
Okay. You pretty much hear him lamenting the fact that his wife's dead, color of the hair, how he found her, sorry. And saying, the weapon is the thing. Bring her, you evil sons of...
In
Very, very rude, naughty words.
in Dwarvish, Ava's just Burlock knocking on the door.
You can assume the rest of the conversation is in Dwarfish. Yep. The weapons.
Burlock.
Yes.
Do you need to talk?
No, what I need is something I can take in my hands and choke the living life out of. Because if I can't kill that thing, I'll be killing something else. I've got a bit of misdirected anger right now, so it might not be safe for anyone. For at least.
Go in my pack. I take out some of my rations or something. Some of it's probably like bread or something, and I throw it at him. Eat.
You get hit by stale bread.
At least not Dwarfish bread. That stuff kills.
Eat.
Yeah. The Dwarvish bread is like 80% nuts.
Probably won't
seeds.
taste that great, but eat it.
Throws it back.
I throw it back at him.
Fine. Takes a few moments. Takes a big chunk out of the bread and tosses it back. You eat too.
Alright. Let's sit down and I start eating some of the bread. Tastes so gross.
I don't think there's anything wholesome down here. But
I could go for a nice big stew. I miss it.
comes down a little. The door opens a creak and just doesn't go out, but Belloc just is slumped to the floor next to the wall, just not shut down, but just trying to let the anger takes a few moments, takes a few breathing techniques, tries to quell the anger from everything, and you see the room is pretty much completely trashed. Pottery, everything's just pretty much destroyed in the room.
Ava just sits there.
Just sits down, just listens, quietens. Job's not done. And just sits and just shuts down.
Ava puts an arm around him and
That breaks him. He starts crying.
oh,
You never see him cry that much. Cry. You see him tear up. You see him buck up, stiff up lip, all that stuff, and then it's very rare to see a grown dwarven barbarian cry. You see it right now.
mm. And she just
Switches to common. Reservoir, you're out there.
she
Who else is there?
Reservoir is like right outside the door debating like this. Maybe I should not be here.
And so do not.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you feeling? It was a rough day for all of us.
Tomorrow's a new day.
That it is. And that was given to you for a reason. Make use of it. She's not here right now, but she will be there with you. With that, it's the power of connection.
talking about it like she's dead.
Glares. Did I ever tell you about this weapon? About my hammer? She forged it, you know. She was the one who melted it, melted the ore, who fashioned it, who created this weapon for me, and I will, with this weapon, deliver justice to those who wronged, killed, and maimed across my country. This is her life. This is her retribution, and I will see it delivered. Lord has given you that weapon to deliver her own form of justice, to make sure that it can be done. Just because she can't be here doesn't mean her will can't be brought. If that's to heal or to hurt, she is here fighting with us, just like she is fighting with me. And passes Ava the hammer, which you see leave his hand. This is filled with her love, her hopes, her dreams. It is her gift to me, and I will use it to make sure that she will never die in my heart. Just because she's left us, I don't even know if she's in the right heaven, hell, anywhere. This is all I have to make sure that she is where she wants to be. And I hope that this memory will make sure that I will not dishonor hers. Takes the hammer gently away from Ava. So she might be dead physically, but not emotionally, because she lives in my heart. And then breaks down again a bit more.
You sit there, comforting each other, and take the time to deal with what's going on. But look, both of you actually, inspiration.
Oh, me. What?
Yeah, you as well.
Okay.
So,
One final comment to Reservoir. She is not God. As long as you have that, make use of it as you will. Just make sure that when you bring her into a fight, it is for the right reason. Swear. Swear to me. Swear to her. That you do it for the right reason. The reason that she's proud of. The reason why she gave that to you. From her husband, from her to you. Swear it. That's done for the right reason.
I swear.
Good. She gave it to you for the right reason. It will be used well.
about
Thank
an hour
you.
passes, and Reservoir, if you want to, you can attune to that over the course of a short rest.
I'll identify it first.
Okay.
And
I
then
will show you the handout. Just bear with me.
Bear with me.
Edit. Alright, if you scroll down magic items, it should be there under S in the player handouts. Okay. An hour passes, and afterwards Feria comes back, says, I think I know something that might help. It's called the Ritual of Return. Given a Mort's voice. I think I know something that might help. It's called the Ritual of Returning. But it means we need to we'll need to re-sanctify the altar upstairs. If you would care to join me, I think I might need some help with this.
Oh, I'm not really good with religious stuff. but I'll
Do you need
help.
help with as believers or help for protection?
Perhaps both. I don't know how this could go.
Alright,
Might end badly.
okay.
I'll,
Since everything that happened, was that classified as a short rest?
Yes, it's a short rest.
Even with everything that Belloc was going through?
Yeah, short rest.
I can offer
Oh,
my
sorry
faith
about that.
then
Uh,
at least one spell.
It has got one
Important.
charge left after today.
And I have one spell slot left.
Okay.
I am
Bring it
not
to us.
risking that right now.
use my um
15.
More importantly, in Reservoir's opinion, she can have faith this way.
I spend that short rest isolated and away from the group.
Okay.
Spending mine working on a new item.
And come back with a bandage on my arm.
Okay. So, Feria. Who is going with Feria to help with the ritual? Is anyone
okay.
staying behind?
I'll go up as
Reg-
for protection.
Rare joins as
If
well.
I've been called to say we need help, I'll come. Otherwise, I'll be in that room.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. If we're
Yeah,
notified,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does say, you seem to be the most capable fighters around. I don't know what could happen with this helmet if it's purged, but
We'll help.
protection I might need some protection.
I may not be a believer,
Fair.
but I'll be your protection.
everyone else is going, I'm also going, I guess. Don't really want to be left out of this.
Has someone picked up Burlock?
I'm assuming if Reservoir was picked up, Burlock also was.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. The mental state of Burlock right now is not the best.
Okay.
Do I
Really
get
a man.
second wind back from short rest? I think that's the only thing I get back.
Yeah.
I get
I'm
back.
gonna walk over to Burlock and just kind of hit his shoulder, saying, "Did you enjoy the sip at least?" Just kind of just punch his shoulder a little bit.
Oh, I didn't.
Some things alcohol can't fix. Rare, I know, but passes it back. You notice it wasn't opened.
Just
It
grab it and
probably
just...
tastes like vinegar anyway.
Fair enough. Put it in my bag.
Okay. Right. You. Ferrier leads you upstairs. She says, "Right, we'll need the great sword of the hero interred there. Could someone go and fetch it, please? In the meantime, we'll need some holy water. We'll need and can someone go and close the doors to the cathedral just in case."
Close the doors.
I've got holy water, so I pass it to her.
Thank you. I will
Oh.
see if we can find some to replace this.
Go close the doors.
Can we?
I'll go help
Do the
with
doors have like the bar on the inside?
They do, yes, they do, yeah.
Okay. If I can't find the actual block of
Well,
wood,
on one
I've
of
got
them, on one of them it's been broken, so you could have to replace that with something else. But the other one's still intact.
I've got a halberd. I've
Okay,
got a
yeah,
couple
you
of
can
them. I can replace it with a halberd, which is what I was going to do.
Slot that down.
And I believe you took the sword, did you not?
What sword?
Is the sword that she's referring to the one that we saw Warwick take from that grave?
She at some point she kind of strikes a torch, and heads in there. Someone's taken it. Someone's taken the sword. Shit.
Here it is.
Oh, you got it. Thank you. Right. Hold on to it for now. We'll need it for the ritual. I mean, we'll need any symbol of courage and self-sacrifice, but that is the best example I can think of. Right.
I give her the red knight symbol, red knight chest piece that I've had around my neck all this time.
Thank you. Is this important to you?
It used to be.
Well,
It's a
Two,
symbol of self-sacrifice and courage.
two symbols are better than one. Thank you. You hold on to this one. It could certainly help. She heads upstairs. She takes the holy water and sprinkles it across the desecrated altar, and the blood and offal that was kind of decorating it kind of starts to sizzle. And she starts the grim task of cleaning it off, taking like cloths and wiping it down and cleaning it with the holy water. And as it starts to, as the altar is cleared, that feeling you got in its proximity, that feeling of brittle bones and thin flesh, starts to dissipate, starts to fade. And when you start to feel normal around this altar, you get the feeling that the desecration has been removed. Right. I've not attempted this before. Oh, please.
The more symbols, better?
Potentially, yes. If you have a symbol of yours, a symbol of courage.
I have
I don't really know much about like ritual stuff, but she pulls out her short sword, which she does keep with her. I have a sort of a warrior who protected people. If that helps.
It won't be rid of the items, will it?
No. The items will remain.
I seem a little disappointed.
Pull out
Right.
Mort's staff.
I also
Right.
have these 4 that I picked up somewhere. I think they were Gideon's, but they go to 4 different gods, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm not religious, but I have these in my bag.
Holy symbols.
Takes the
Yes.
symbol of Tuyak of Justice, who hangs off his belt, which is just you tucked in, pushes on the altar, and just I want that back.
Of course.
Mine's
leads-
a little more than.
She leads the rest of you and Raven Guard, and you gradually kind of lift him and lay, like with the help of the strong people in the party, lay him on the altar. He's lying down, still clutching the helmet, still muttering. Right. She takes your objects, the red chest piece, the short sword, the holy symbols, and the staff, and lays them in a circle around his head. The staff kind of heading down to his side, the objects making almost a halo around him. And she says, I will recite a prayer, but someone should take the great sword, rest it upon his head, and that will be the conduit to channel the ritual through. Who wants to take this charge?
Fine.
Yes. Oh,
Takes the
But
sword.
are you in those right mind right now?
Either he's safe or he gets killed. Either way, we end the problem.
I don't
Um,
mind doing it.
It'll take about half a minute to do this ritual.
Do it.
Right. Gather round, and the rest of you, be on your guard. I know not what foul creatures have taken hold of this.
Howard
Take
ready,
the sword.
ready action. Anything comes close,
Take the sword,
bad.
and you
It is.
rest it upon the helmet. The rest of you gather in a circle. And, hold on.
And roll for
Okay.
initiative.
No, not yet.
Yet.
Yet. Got it.
Yes.
You
Favorite
gather round-
word.
You gather
Well,
round
loading up the
the
map
altar.
first, then we roll.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I gotta
Gather
make
around
sure
the
we're on the
altar.
turn order.
Yeah, gather around the altar. Oh, fuck. Someone roll 20. Stop glitching out for me.
Need to zoom back out to
You gather
find us,
round.
then come back in.
Okay.
You gather round. Rest
Will
the
your
sword upon the helmet.
icons on torch?
Oh, whoops.
And
What? Ash was in a bit
Various-
of smoke.
Feria starts. What's the problem? Is there something?
No.
Okay. Feria starts to recite a prayer. Tall bastion of light, Lord of all that is true and just in this world, channel your power through this individual. Let your light shine through this artifact of your glory and cleanse it. And she goes on and on. And Burlock, as you are holding, does anyone want to join in with is anyone, I would say Reservoir, you would know enough to potentially join in with the prayer, and maybe Warwick, if you are so inclined, you could help with this.
That's the
because
difference.
you
Am
are-
I
you-
so inclined?
Exactly. You could help if you wanted to, for you recognize these prayers. As do you, Reservoir. The rest of you aren't really religious, or you haven't been religious, so you would not know.
Arms crossed,
Yeah,
watching.
Reservoir would join in.
Reluctantly,
make-
so would Warwick.
Make a religion check, Reservoir, and Warwick if you are joining in.
I will use Tides of Chaos for this check
Okay.
and hope that I don't have to cast another spell. But I got one.
Do have the D4.
Okay. 18. You know
18's
this. You
good.
know the prayer, and you join in. As do you, Warwick. Reluctantly at first, but together the three of your voices start to chant this prayer, and you feel like the light in the room, the red light coming in through the broken stained glass, seems to abate a bit, and the sort of a warmer more radiant glow starts to suffuse the area around you. Burlock,
Mhm.
as you hold the sword, you start to feel a force pulse through it. Make a religion check. Okay. And about 6 seconds pass. As you do so, a pulse of energy goes through the sword, and you feel it vibrating in your hand. Make a con save.
You
Ooh,
do have
not
the
great.
inspiration.
You do.
Yes, I'll use it. So just re-roll the con check again.
Yeah. All right, you're
Yeah.
fine. The energy starts to build, and you feign off like a force of energy which threatens to like sear you. And as the ritual starts to continue, the helmet glows, and two apparitions emerge from it and start to spin around. Small glowing balls of light with flashes of horns and dark red eyes, but kind of in a form of a glowing ball as well. Start to flit around. Let's have an initiative check, please.
Yup. There it is.
Where's the turn order?
Yeah, I'm gonna invest in Dex next time. Next character. Because no.
Isn't there a feat about getting faster in initiative?
Alert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
that's
alert
what I
have.
have.
that's what Ava has.
That's interesting.
I've beaten Ava.
I rolled on my initiative. I didn't go through the turn tracker.
Oh well, what did you roll? A 2. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, it's actually
mine
a
was
natural
on the
one.
turn tracker, but
Yeah.
then is now not.
Anyway, the way I used that inspiration was I felt it going. I said, "Job's not done yet," and then I rolled a con check again.
Okay. Right. Let me.
And for
add
those
you to
watching,
the
you
ta-
can redeem your experience from the channel, or you can donate to the channel, which helps us out financially. Your redemptions and you're helping out the channel can give us a extra dice in some of these rolls. Hint, hint.
Nudge, nudge, say no more.
roll.
It's
I
what
won't
at
draw
a
my
D4 now. Pump it up for another
It's
character.
currently D4.
Yep. Okay. Anyone else in this reservoir? You joining?
I
in?
rolled a 13, but it was on the turn order, and then it wasn't.
Oh,
So
I might have accidentally deleted it. Okay. Let's add Lulu. Let's add Rhea. Feria she's going to continue the prayer.
Please tell me Rhea rolled at least got some healing, just some hit points.
Yeah, she's yeah, I forgot to add her stuff to the short rest, but from a short rest she could be all pretty much at full.
Okay, cool.
oh god, one
Okay.
of them's right in front of me.
All right, these two wisps of energy emerge from the helm, and going first, it's going to attack. It's going to go for Feria, who's doing the prayer, and with a
She looks so much like a cult leader.
Mm.
all right. Let's see.
That threw Chase and I off too.
It
when
like
we
the wisp emerges and goes straight for this acolyte saying the prayer and tries to shock her with an innate, misses as she kind of like fervently like takes the shot, but like it doesn't affect her, and she continues to go on regardless. Warwick.
Continue the prayer.
Okay. Ray is gonna curse. Actually, no. Ray was praying as well. So no, she is going to continue the prayer. The second will-o-wisp is going to go for you, Reservoir, as you are also praying. With a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit a sorcerer.
You take 7. You take 14 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
as
Did we
it
still have the temporary hit points, or are those gone?
It's gone by now. As
Okay.
it shocks you and you flinch, but you continue regardless. Ava.
Nice. Let's jump in here. Since I'm the only one on this side. Okay, I'm gonna attack this one here that's going for Reservoir.
Okay.
Just start wailing on it.
Alright.
See if I can like catch the bug.
Okay. You strike once, and like before, this incorporeal creature, you channel your ki through your fists to strike true. And you deal a good blow to it. And again, its form is now flickering and almost gone.
Okay. One more.
Oof.
Hey.
And with
Oof.
that, you grasp hold of it in the air, your hand inside it, and you clench, and it dissipates. Gone. Lulu is going to stand there and kind of like focusing. You don't hear anything from her, but she has her eyes fixed on the helmet. Reservoir.
I'm going to continue praying.
All right, you continue the prayer, shaking off the damage. Ash.
It's okay. I'm gonna walk forward and I'm going to just burning hands. Let's do it.
Okay.
Burning hands.
So that is a dex save, I believe. These things are very speedy, and it rolls natural 1. So
Perfect.
never mind. Catching it unawares, you duck to the side and send out a gout of fire, which lights up the area of this ritual. The light glinting off the sword and the helmet.
I was meant to go for the other one, the one that was attacking Reservoir, but it doesn't matter.
Either way.
Oh, okay, yeah. Guys, thought you because you said flanking, but you were also flanking with Ash, with the other one.
Oh yeah, that is true.
This is better. I can take some more damage.
Burlock,
Who knows how much the cleric has?
you are focused on the sword, and it is vibrating still. Make another con save. No. You take 12 points of force damage as the energy going through the blade starts to hurt, but you hold on regardless. Keep it there, and that'll end your turn.
Yep. I wasn't going to move anyway.
This one is going to go for surrounded. It's going to go for the individual who's praying, which is going to be Reservoir. With the 12, sort of harried by the burning, it strikes towards you, but still not missing a word. You duck out the way and keep your eyes
12's
focused.
my AC.
12 hits.
12.
12
Oh,
hits.
my
I'm a
mistake.
sorcerer. I don't wear armor.
I'm so used to my sorcerers having draconic scales because that's the sorcerers I play. So yeah, you do take this damage. My bad.
Yeah.
12 points of lightning damage. Strikes you again. Warwick.
I continue praying. Am I able to do a bonus action and still continue praying?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I'm gonna put on Shield of Faith, just as a bonus if they're attacking the prayers.
Okay. Who are you
It's
shielding of faith?
If I can Shield of Faith other people, it'll be it won't be me. It'll be Reservoir.
Yeah. You can shield of faith other people. So Reservoir, you can add 2 to your AC, as long as Warwick is concentrating on that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Rhea, focusing on the helmet, mouth muttering in a wordless prayer. Ava.
Yes, I'm going to start like catch this little ghosty and hit it. One.
That a 19. 19 just hits, and 10 is just what you needed. So once again, you grasp it, clasp it together, and you twist this wisp in your hand, and it dissipates. All right, Burlock, make another con save. You're fine. Make another con save. As the prayer continues and builds in intensity, you take.
I'm gonna go next to Burlock.
Wait, I believe it's a DC 10, but let me just check. No, DC 11, you just pass. And
Okay.
make one final con save. 15.
Give in to the
Focusing down, the energy pulsing, the prayers rising, almost echoing through this cavernous hall, almost becomes like a chant, and in the distance you start to hear almost ethereal sounds of a choir, almost joining in, harmonizing with your combined voices, sourceless, but around you. And suddenly there is a flash of light, and almost in sync with a crash of lightning from the companion. The helm shatters and flies off. Burlock, you have to move your sword, the sword, quickly out the way as it ting, 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 to the ground, 20 feet away from you. And Raven Guard sits up from around you, looks at you, and then promptly faints.
I try and catch him.
You do. You catch him, and the hall goes quiet. And that's what we'll pick up next week.
Okay, sounds good.
you sort of have the con check on the person with the +7 con.
That's why I decided to take the con. That's why I decided to say, you know what? This is probably going to be the best thing. I take the con. I wasn't actually thinking that. I was thinking.
I don't have.
So,
I've got con close to yours, but I don't have the check because it's not part of my class or anything.
Oh, high five with Burlock. We have the same con save. Yeah.
+7?
Artificers, they get con.
Wow.
I'm close. I got
They-
6.
they get conned.
Well,
We're
I
some
have Dex, so.
We're stuck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sorcerers get con because they're like,
Yeah.
well, if you don't get any AC, then we're at least, well, we're gonna give you a little HP, not a lot.
I think every class is meant to have like one good saving throw and one not so good saving throw.
Yeah, I think they
One common, one uncommon.
Yeah, they have one of dexterity, con, and whiz, and then one of the other.
Yeah.
That's...
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in.
Well,
This was
thank you.
this was
Good one.
this was a fun session.
Dark
Not
again.
dead.
Yeah.
Can we get
We
a
did it.
comedy
Maud
version?
isn't dead. Can we just say
The
that?
comedy version is rogues and
It
refugees.
is true.
Yes.
Sorry, couldn't put that on last
So
week.
So
Last week
heavy.
was cancelled because my goblin was sent home from school with a runny nose. And in current times, that means COVID checks. So, yeah. He's free. It's all clean. Yeah. But otherwise, we would have ran Rogues and Refugees, which is certainly a comedy one. So, that actually would have
I find
happened
it-
because we didn't
But
have enough
also,
numbers.
y'all have created like heavy characters though.
They have.
Well, we're in hell.
They have. Although Warwick is got some heaviness there, he
What are you
reacts to
talking
it with
about?
comedy
What are you
instead.
talking about?
Burgers
And
is
smart-assness.
so heavy. Oh my
He's
goodness.
so heavy.
How
He's so
dare you talk of-
pessimistic.
He's
About
wearing like
Burlock
he's
today. He's
wearing-
got weight loss.
he's
not
wearing plate
heavy, he's
armor.
rotund.
Everyone is super heavy, I think.
I think probably the happiest character is Ava, but she's got a tragic backstory.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ask me about my tragic
Reservoir
backstory.
isn't super tragic.
That
No,
is
Like-
true, but
Was it
she
the,
has
Yeah.
been
the
in
tragic
hell,
backstory? And the commander
Yeah.
says, "Where were your
I-
family buried?"
though.
I will say this chapter is definitely the heaviest because it's directly dealing with the impact on civilization, people, humans. So yes, it is.
I think also because it's hell, like you guys can tell
Yeah.
you're probably tailoring it to so each of us go through something.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that too.
Oh yeah, Sky's really pushing it,
Pushing.
So much.
Pushing.
Yeah, like
pushing
this,
everybody.
this session wouldn't have been nearly as heavy for Reservoir if it weren't for Mort leaving.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that was because of circumstance. you
yeah,
know.
which is perfectly reasonable.
Hmm.
And
How can you
to be,
use-
and Chase did say that's how she wanted it to happen. She specifically said this is how I want it to happen.
Ah, lovely.
That is so sad. Double
That
goblins.
hurts.
That did hurt, especially since it was Burlock who found it and going, oh, scheiße.
Bellock's not had a good
You
day.
rolled the you
No,
rolled
he
the
hasn't.
lowest on perception.
Bellock's been having shit.
Yeah, rolled low in perception, so you're the one that finds it. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that is.
Oh man.
That's
oh,
a shitty
that is
thing. Yeah.
heavy. That's heavy. Oh my goodness, Burlock is so heavy, guys. He weighs a few tons. Oh my goodness.
Do let me know if it's getting too much. I
That's
can
good.
turn it down.
it's
No.
good. It's great.
Um,
Yeah.
Good.
It's perfect.
As the producer side of things, we're having to make the other game on the channel, the other game being Fido and Friends, over the top comedy, just to balance. We have
I mean-
two goblins, a pug, and two lizardmen in a party, and goblins hate dogs.
Yep.
So we're really playing on that just to balance things. And then we're going to be doing a circus game again to balance things.
Yep.
You're like,
Oh.
here, we need to have 5 million comedies.
There we go. Yeah.
You know,
Fine.
then it about equals out this singular
Because
tragedy.
We're all,
That's
we're
why-
all
that's why- that's
dramatic
why the-
bitches. Okay, listen.
No, Burl, I went through the ringer
I
today.
am-
Literally.
I am playing into what you guys gave me.
And that's what
So-
we want.
True. Stab me, please. I want to be stabbed more.
Twist
I
the
love
knife.
Rub
It
salt,
lets you
lemon, and salt in the
connect with your
wound.
character.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Do we level up?
We'll see.
Oh,
Oh,
Not yet.
oh. But yeah, okay.
Do you really want Burlock to have more hit points?
But we
Oh my
want
God.
4th level
you
spells.
have so many hit points.
I want so much good
I think I
stuff.
got 73.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Only.
I have
Only.
40.
Yeah.
Yes, but you have plus 10 to initiative. And you can always run
Also
away.
have
I
an
have
eight-
46.
I also have an 18 AC.
I need to give someone.
Hey, you're
My
yeah.
shield.
Ava's the dodge tank.
You've got 18 AC?
Yeah.
My God, I've got full play and I've got 19.
That's just wizards for you. Wizards
Yeah.
can naturally get a 20 AC
If-
just
if
through
any-
like ASIs and stats.
If anyone's played Xenoblade Chronicles, Burlock is Rain and Emmy is Dumban.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I definitely see that.
Oh boy. Let's do our outros. Sky, would you like to do yours?
Thank you very much for tuning in to this this intense episode of Saints and Sinners. I've been Marco Lauren Ross, aka Sky Blue Shinks, your dungeon master, and I'm really enjoying this. It's and you know, I hope for all these down points I can deliver the catharsis later down the line.
Hmm.
So we get a clown fight. Awesome.
We always have a food fight today.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
But the food's weaponized in hell, so it's probably not as.
Yeah.
Emmy?
Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emmy. I play Ava, the human monk. And yeah, today has been kind of a mixed mass session. Little emotional there, but you know what? No one died. That's it. As long as no one dies, I don't care.
But I've got something for the overlay for when people die.
Yeah, well, no one dies.
No.
I mean, if Burlock hadn't rolled high on that wisdom save, who knows?
Oh, that is true.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
No.
MLP.
Oh, yeah. I'm Mr. Producer. I've been playing Burlock Ungard, your dwarven barbarian, who's gone through a lot of stuff this episode. You can usually catch me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Mr. Producer, where I mostly do VR and rhythm game content. And that's been fun. Del?
Hi, I'm Del. You can catch me here playing Reservoir, the Water Genasi sorcerer, who hopefully will figure out a way to right her left leg, to be precise.
Or you can just extensions. Platform.
High
Yeah,
heels.
just get some stilts. Anyways, yes. Hello. Yeah, I'm Will. I've been playing Ash, and it's been a lot of fun today. Very, very, very interesting things have been happening today. So yeah, hope everyone joins us for next week, and hopefully we can just stay in the city. We'll just stay here, guys. Oh man, I don't. What's gonna happen next time? But yeah.
No idea. So my name's Carl Goblin. I'm playing Rourke, and it's been a really dark one today. It's always be dark. Trying to look for a light side, maybe. I don't know. So next week we'll have our Fido and Friends as well going on, and we'll be back here. If we don't run this game, we do have the Rogues and Refugees as a replacement if we're unable to run a full game. Unfortunately, when I'm unavailable, I can't do that as well. So that's kind of what happened last time. We're also going to be doing a lot of a lot of prep work instead of the Let's Plays, because we're working on a lot of one-shots starting next month. And we're going to try to get all those up and running. Anything from Pathfinder, Starfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk. We've got My Little Pony, which hopefully we can get up and running as well, Shadowrun, and many, many, many more we're going to try to get up and running over the next few months. So hopefully that can entertain. And if you want to join into any of our games, you can always apply for them in Roll20 or jump into the Discord and get some more details about everything going on. We are going to do a raid for Welcome to the Party, and in the background you've been hearing the Syrinscape audio, because Syrinscape is amazing. They're not a sponsor. I just think they're really, really cool, and it just adds so much to the darkness of this campaign. If we can get the grim music happening, and we'll do the credits, and we'll do a raid. So stick around for the raid, and as always, our raid commands are, if I can spell it, is the welcome to the... So we come to share the love. Our hearts are warm and fresh with the Goblin Hearts if you're a subscriber. If you're not, just to the first part. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for all the love, and we'll see you...
Catch you next time.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.